I don't see you.
Oh, really?
Weird.
Okay, interesting. I'll redo it. I'll redo
Okay.
it.
Yeah, no worries. I'll be right back.
Huge fan, Hunter.
Fucking noob. Alright, how's that? Am I there now? There we go. I'm in. Sweet.
Amazing. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome back. Sincerest apologies again for my Lithuanian internet connection and my 2007 MacBook Air running on life support. No, I actually have a desktop. But anyways, Haz, I see you brought out the tank top again for me. You're making me feel kind of special. Oh boy.
Exactly. It's only for you, bud. It's only for you. It's like the dynamic casting duo vest. You know, it has to be brought out every single time we cast.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, yeah. That's what we love to see. So, for those of you guys curious in the chat, we did the quick maths indeed, and it is tied up all 14-14 right now. So, that means that whoever wins this series will take home the EPL title for their team.
This is actually so cool that it comes down to just the final series. I think it's so good, and it's tied as well.
Yeah,
cinema, baby.
Yeah, absolutely, absolute cinema meme. Lucas and Dennis, I think they're both pretty like. I mean, I've seen Lucas play like a lot of Lakota and some of like other kind of Tad and other civs, but Dennis, big Hausa, big Ethiopia guy. So it'll be really interesting to kind of see like their strongest civs and how the matchups are for when they get those civs, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it all comes down to the seed 5 of both teams. You know, like this is like the seed 5, so it's just kind of funny that it's just instead of like the seed 1s battling out in like the final showdown, it's the last seed, and they're quite good players for seed 5 as well. Like these were probably like the top seed 5. Like Lucas is arguably like tier 4, right, and so is Dennis, really. So it is quite funny that it's the lowest players, quote unquote, to like be the decider. But yeah, one thing I wanted to check: should we check the audios before we get into the series?
Yeah, chat. How is everything sounding so far here?
Just make sure everything's all set up, ready for the. So sorry, it just randomly occurred to me. Just to make sure it's all ready to go. Lou says good. Hunger too loud. Manakiko too loud. Dude, Manakiko. That's such a troll comment. Has about half the volume of my hunger. I can turn myself up as well, I guess.
I can turn myself down a little bit as well.
Friends settings.
Sorry, what's the is there an issue with the balance? I can fix it on my end. Who's loud?
Okay.
I'm quieter. My hunger's louder.
Okay. Let me just fix that real quick. Is this good now?
Oh, it says my hunger's voice is a bit too loud and saturated. Has a perfect. Okay.
Okay. How about now? Can you guys
Testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Hello. Also, in the overlay, it says you're called Manakiko, apparently, so he was making it.
No, we're keeping that. We're keeping that.
All right.
Do you want to keep that, or do you want me to fix it?
No, deadass, keep it. Like, yeah, I think it's gonna be. We're keeping it.
Alright, fair. Sweet.
That way, if anything goes wrong, I can just slander Manakiko and walk away from it hands clean.
All up in the air. Yeah. Nice. Sweet. And
On Turgan saying perfect for both now. Excellent. All right.
Are these games live?
No, these games are not live.
They're not live. Oh, okay. So some people might know the result already. So please, no spoilers in the chat, please. Yeah.
So let me just.
I'll be ready.
These guys didn't name their rec, so I need to go through and check which game is which game because they're all out of order. So
Oh.
give me a couple of seconds.
And everyone in chat, can we get some? I don't know if we have like a clapping emoji or like a fire emoji or something, but Baron is going to be doing like all 21 games and to play all 21 today. So can we just on like my man is absolutely
Give him a
yoked.
hand. Give him a hand.
Everyone, give me your clapping emojis in the chat. Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap. Absolute godsend. Jesus came down and said, "Here is Baron Joshua. He has no labor laws surrounding his production or casting, and he's just coming and saving the day."
He's been the ESOC hero today.
ESOC Giga Chad.
So note down 29th of June 2025, Baron Appreciation Day.
Thank you. Wait, can they even hear me? I think they can hear me. Whoops, let me turn off my mic.
Oh, can they?
It's okay.
Why don't we do it? Why don't we do a triple cast? Come on.
We could all moan at the same time when something happens.
When the five.
The five.
Any basic thing. Yeah. Oh, Dennis is in the chat. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So he's not a spoiler. I know him. He's not a spoiler. He's good about that when his games are being casted.
I think Lucas is in the chat too, so we'll have to see. Yeah, trust
Some
Lucas
big boys
to
in
not-
chat here. We got Robrot. Give us Baron. We want to hear Baron. Tabin. We got Big Bremhoke. How you doing, Mr. Brem? Von Turgan, Lou, Robrot, Lionheart, Harrison. Push the Wood. What a great name that is. That's. I mean, you just must type 8 taunt every game. I have extra wood.
Exactly. Tabernaster's Guy is here, but we can just always pretend like we're hosting a tier list stream, and then Gaia will just suddenly summon.
It's like his bat calling in the sky on Twitch.
It literally is, yeah. Like, even random, if you did like a tier list stream at like 4 AM, he would just randomly appear and start talking about it.
Yeah. So, all right. We are going. Yeah. So for the first matchup here, we've got Big Den Cristiano Ronaldo as the French, and Lucas is going up as Japan here on Corellian Lakes. What are your thoughts, Hazza, on this matchup, my guy?
I think, believe it or not, I think this is actually kind of favourable for Japan. C-tier Japan because of Mountain Warrior, and this is like the perfect map for Mountain Warrior, because usually like there's so many good low tier treasures, like 35 food is all of a sudden 70 food, and there's like 5 or 10 different treasures of that, so that you can easily get up to like 300 food in H1, for example, on top of every other bonus you get from that shipment. And also, like, the go-to strat for France is usually a bow pike rush. So, like, when the monks have 50% more combat, they're actually really good at killing crossbow with the divine strikes and stuff. So, it's quite good in terms of, like, multi-purpose shipment. So, and it can really snowball the early resources Japan can get.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people say, like, I mean, I feel like as France, you're kind of forced to play a certain way against Japan, but
yeah,
like you want to make either some pikes or musks, but like it also feels like if you make pikes or if you make musks, they can just get caught down or run down by Ashis, or they can disengage whenever they want. So it feels like Japan always takes a favorable fight, and if you make pikes, well, they're not really going to be useful other than for sieging shrines. And if you kind of do like a semi, like you're not going to start Cav, you know, so it's also very easy for Japan to just like start with Yumis and then kind of just like timing push you when you go up to Fortress Age. So
yeah.
But on the other hand, though, like I think with Ashy versus Kurz, like that's kind of also where like in the later game. If Japan doesn't survive or has damage done to them, then it's definitely kind of an even matchup in that respect.
Yeah, I think that was actually very well put. Like, I think it is determined like how the H2 has played out, and it's like within the first 6 minutes usually decides who's got the advantage, and it's usually quite a heavy advantage. So like France would typically try either bow rush or would go for a sort of musket semi into an early muskfalk timing before Japan takes off.
Yeah.
And on a map like this, like Japan's just gonna have more early resources because of that mountain warrior. I'm assuming he's going mountain warrior. We don't know yet, but I don't see why you'd pick Japan otherwise.
Yeah.
So it is kind of up to Dennis to sort of dictate the pace of the game and whether he can really exploit Japan's sort of slowness, basically. And obviously,
Yeah. So now that we're over into the game, after some initial thoughts on the matchup, so we've got Big Dennis in the color blue, playing as the French on the western side of Karelian Lakes. And on the eastern side, in the color yellow, we've got LukasL playing as the Japanese. He's going for a market start here. And I kind of like the market start one shrine. I think it really just... like, the cherry techs are very important because, like, I don't think a lot of people realize that, like, Japan's base food gather rate is slower than Hunt's because of, like, the safe in-base shrine. So getting that is really important, and getting it early is nice.
wow.
And you called it. He is going for the Mountain Warrior card number 1 here. So yeah, let's see maybe what treasures he walked by along the way that could maybe give us an insight. So it looks like there's... okay, so that'll be 90 wood there. So that immediately becomes a tier 2 treasure, right? So yeah, really nice.
Also 70 wood nearby, and obviously with the 50% attack and HP, the Divine Strike sort of not radius. What's the term? Like the I can't think of the word. It's higher because obviously the base damage is higher as well. So normally it's like 100 damage or something, but now with like Mounted Warrior, it's probably like 150 like max damage. So you can like one-shot these Guardians sometimes. So like this treasure here is going to be like 70 wood now. Yeah, damn. So he's going to be able to do like a 3 shrine H1 instead of the usual 2, which is actually a pretty insane sort of acceleration. And like even this one deserted pikeman for 80 coin. It's just so good, such good value. It's just
he could even get like the age 1 market tech for everything. We do see a 1320 from Dennis over here, and he's going to be clicking up. So we do see 2 shrines currently, and another one being built.
Yeah, that's really great. He's just gonna have like the amount of resources he's getting. 70 food as well. He's clicking up a little bit late, actually, to be fair. But I think that's because he hasn't shipped 2 vills to gather the food crates, and he's mostly been getting wood. Just gathering food rather. So he's mostly been getting wood treasures as well. So he's getting more shrines, but he's not aging quicker. But he's aging at a normal time, so that's still good. Like, and he's got what 4 vills on the Torii gates. He wants to be able to like deny an FB with the samurai potentially, and maybe there won't be an FB because it looks like Dennis is going second TP, which usually indicates a sort of FF play, or like a stagecoach play on your side, but like very passive, like defensive crossbow because Japan can't rush. So we'll have to see. I'm not sure if the stagecoach affects the entire like the 4 TPs or if it's separate. I think it might affect both, but I'm not entirely sure.
I think it ends at that route there.
But I'm wondering if the tech researches both lines.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure, honestly. We'd have to see. Also, Baron, could you turn me down another 15%, please, in volume, real quick? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So we do see 700 wood as shipment number 1 for France. The quartermaster wood is on the floor here.
Yes, and it looks like, judging by his food macro, he's going to go for that stagecoach. But I could be... What's he building there? Is that a barracks? Or
it looks like a Rax.
Yeah, so it's defensive barracks. He's slowly getting he is getting stagecoach, but this might upgrade all 4 TPs, which is just going to be really good for Lucas because then he can just capitalize on that on at least one TP. The second one's going to be hard for Dennis to defend, so we'll have to see on that regard.
Now, I don't know. So musks are fine, right? It makes sense. I think honestly, I prefer starting like with pikes because the pikes will be able to run away from Ashis, and you can like save them, and they can continuously harass shrines around the map. We do see a Dutch. Okay, so Dutch consulate here, 5 shrines, and then Yumi's in production. And another thing too with stagecoach, I feel like bow pike is typically only really spammable and viable. Oh, and he's gonna get a 90 XP here, stealing that, and that gives him the treasure, the next shipment. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so going greedy with the bank. Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to point out Lucas's miss macro, but that's because like Japan is just always doing stuff like they're always gathering treasures. There's still some to pick up probably, and then there's also the usual macro: getting the bank, shipping the 5 shrines, moving all the 5 wagons to go build all over the map. The bank wagon. It's like just so many wagons to control at one time. So
yeah, there is a lot of clicking.
A lot of stuff to do. Yeah. But it looks like he's got a good read on what Dennis is doing. He's seen 2 TPs. He's going to see 5 master sieging his shrine any minute now. And I do like the 5 pike opening, but it's like sometimes Japan doesn't really go heavy on shrines, so sometimes they're a bit useless.
True. Yeah, if they go 600 wood instead of 5 shrine first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even just like 300 export like you did here, and then 4 vil or something.
Look at this. Yeah. It did. So it did upgrade both routes here. So yeah, and Dennis, I think he shift clicked in by mistake because he did have the socket down, but he did not go to build it. And Lucas came in with his hero and then got it up. So that's kind of a mistake there.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge because now it's going to be 2-2, and Dennis invested 400 resources into giving Lucas eco, basically. Like, they're matching in terms of TPs, so it's just really, really bad for Dennis here. And it looks like Lucas is just going to age. And he's got an Ashian Q just in case, and he can call sentries if there's any cavalry. But I think he has a very good read on what Dennis is doing, and he should be very happy with his current situation. He's going to follow him up. He only sees musketeers, so he's expecting either like a hussar switch or an age 3. And judging by how the musket count hasn't grown over 10, he suspects it's just going to be an age 3. And that makes perfect sense. So I think Lucas is in a really, really good spot here. He's just going to follow up with way more eco. And Dennis is going to be in big trouble, I think.
We take a look at Japan's deck again real quick. I want to see his age 3 shipments. Okay, so he does have the 4 Yabs, so that could be really nice against Zenitsu Falcons. Although they're okay against Kurs, but not really the greatest anti-cap. We do have Inyo Rush and Yabusame Rush, the Archer attack, so they can get up to 40%, I think it is. Yeah, it's 20 and 20.
Damage.
Yeah. But their base attack is not that high. It's just that they have a high rate of fire and like decent range and multipliers. Very situational.
So I actually kind of like it because I think Ashies aren't really good at killing gendarmes or cures rather, and the Yabs can actually DPS them from range. And Yumi obviously have high base damage as well, so he's planning to go for like the Yumi Yab Nagi composition, which I think is okay against France. Because he can't really mass cure early, and by the time he does have mass cure, you have a decent amount of Yabs. So he doesn't even have the Ashi anti-cav card in deck, actually. The close combat, or whatever it's called. So
and aging up to age 3, he's still queuing Yumis. So we do see veterancy for the Musketeers coming in now. The TP's still up. Nice house dancing micro there by Lucas to kind of keep that up for so long. But yeah, I mean, and he's repairing it again, so he's gotten a lot of passes out of this CP. And we do see, though, 7 Kurs. Okay, this could be scary. And he aged up with the Yumis as well, I think. So it's just pure Yumis out here on the field. Oh boy, that's scary.
He's probably like shipping anti-cav, making anti-cav, getting ready to call sentries. He's probably panicking right now. Yeah, the Yabs.
Okay, and he's going with the Spanish? No, he canceled.
He cancelled
I don't.
for Japan.
Yeah, okay, for Japan. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, and intervention, so he's gonna get some clubs here.
Yeah, but he cancelled the Yab shipment for intervention. I feel like he should
Yeah.
just ships. He was indecisive there. This might actually wreck him because of it. These Vils are going to go down. He has to sack them. The Yumi just got to run.
Oh man.
They just got to get the fuck out of there. Yab's popping out from the stable, but he shouldn't.
No
he shouldn't
infantry support. Yeah.
Yeah, he should just save the Yabs, like sack the Vils at this point. You kind of have to. The army matters more. Like you got to just trade the army rather than the Vils. He managed to save some of them actually, which is really, really good. And the clubs again pop at the perfect time.
Oh, that's a lot of clubs. 10 clubs with the drag box coming forward, but nice
Really
disengage
good
manages
micro.
to get away
Yeah.
from that very nicely. Don't forget these clubs have range resistance, so they will be very effective at chasing down to try and get the snare. Yabusame is going forward, trying to get onto the Cuirassiers. Yumis are approaching along with the other units.
Yeah, the cures are getting cleaned, and this is like scary 8 cure timing, right? Or 7 cure rather. Like this is a big scary timing for Japan, and Dennis has already used it up. So 3 more coming in, but is it enough? I don't think it is. Like there's so much DPS here for Japan. 1 dead already. Mountain Warrior actually doing some really good damage here. Like the 2 monks potentially doing divine strikes against the muskets. 27 attack. Holy shit.
That's 1500 HP to soak between them. I mean, they're literally better than Yumis. Like, they're just Yumis.
There's 750 HP Yumis. I'm not really sure how divine strike works. You keep showing it, but I don't really know what it means. I'm sorry. The 92. Okay, I got you. I thought it was more, but oh, is it? Okay, got you.
Yeah, against Treasure Guardians, it'll go up more, but against regular units, still
Oh,
92
I
is
see.
great. Yeah.
I see. Gotcha. Makes sense. 92 damage is still pretty high, though.
Way of the Bow now being shipped for Lucas.
He's just flexing. Surely. I mean, can we go to the shrine pop of Japan? Sorry, I know you were just on him. I just need to double check. Yeah, so he's basically just having enough shrine pop to keep like not being housed, which is I think is the right play. He's got the bank, he's got the TPs. He just wants units, and like shrines aren't really that valuable, especially without like Heavenly Kami and the Teshugu Wonder. So they don't really gather that efficiently. So having just enough shrines for population is actually good here. Just wants max units and getting the critical massive Yumi. And France is going to struggle with that. I mean, he's doing the perfect composition, Skirm Cure with Cavalry Cuirass and stuff like that. It's a little bit early for an arsenal, if you ask me. He hasn't really got enough units to get the benefits from it. But at least he's still thinking about it, because it's still an important upgrade to get at some point. Oh, wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Really.
We do see Lucas making a lot of Yabusames. Can we take a look at the count of Yabusames? Because I did see Falconess being shipped as well. So he has 8. They still have only the 7 times multiplier. I don't think they have the 20% damage card applied yet. They do have the Wonder buff currently, though. And here, looks like Dennis is going to be looking for an engagement. He's going to need these 5 extra curs here for sure. That's a ton of Yumi. That is I'm out-skirmed for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why he shipped 9 Yumi. Like, he knows Yumi's a better... Oh, he's just walking in. He's lost, like... Oh, dear. So, like, half the skirms have been wiped out, and the Yabs are just going to be untouched. But he is getting meleeed by Cures here, and the Falcons are going to be sort of untouched, but I don't know if it'll be enough. 5 Cures reinforcement might be the tiebreaker here, but I actually don't know. The Falcon's going to go down, but the anti-cav is all gone. There's still 6 cures with Cavalry Cuirass still up, so Lucas might be in a world of trouble here.
Yeah, drag boxing the Yabusame forward was a massive mistake because they don't have melee resist. They have 40% range resist, and that's the biggest thing about them. Sentries being called here, but these curs are just going to wreak havoc. Nice little stagger formation from the Yumis to try and mitigate some of the splash damage, but the skirms are still raining down on the back line with DPS, shipping 8 skirm, making 3 more curs, 5 Yabusame coming in, but I think he got enough value out of that trade. And honestly, like the skirmisher count from where it started to where it ended for both sides, like that feels like that was decent.
That That was good. That was a very good trade for France, but it was just not enough. He was super far behind before that trade. He had to sort of do like a Hail Mary push, which is what that was. And he did whistle away the Yumi mass. He killed all the Yabs, everything like that. And I feel like it was really good for him, but it's just Japan's here with 45 fills, 2 TP Stagecoach, Imperial Bureaucracy, 130 Shrine Pop. So it's just he's just going to get outscaled. These Yumis have been teched up. They got Jap Consulate, they got Way of the Bow, and only 36 CDB to 46 Vil plus Shrines and TPs and Bank. So it's not looking good for Dennis here. He might have another timing here with the Orchards being shipped, but instead, like this could be like a 9 Yumi shipment of 4 Yabs or 20% Yab damage, right? So this is if it's the time to push, it's now. So to be honest, he should be sieging the TPs, honestly. Like poke with the skirm and siege with the cure, so he can get that.
Definitely try and take your investment back.
Oh, he's making Wing to Tsar. That's a really. Oh yeah, of course. Wait, why is it cheaper? Did he get the coin? I thought it was 100 coin.
Yeah, I think he got the tech that makes them like 5% less coin.
Oh yeah, he did get the tech. Yeah. Anyway, here comes the fight. We've got the pre-Shadow Tech's Wing to Tsar just doing their charged ability, and there's no anti-cav here for France at all. And there's enough Yabs to almost like one-shot cures at this point, and yeah, that's just game. Even with his macro in disarray, because the Orchards aren't here yet, he still just managed to clean the army from France there. So
GG's.
Yeah, that was just Lucas had a really solid read on Dennis's game plan.
Yeah, I think Dennis was just a little too passive. Like he didn't really attempt to apply any pressure towards Japan, and the stagecoach ended up biting him because Lucas obviously got the investment for free himself and was able to take advantage of it. Yeah,
that was. I think Dennis just was. I'm not entirely sure. I think he wasn't sure if it upgraded both routes, right? Because if it just upgraded it for him, he'd be in a much better spot. Like we were deciding at the start of the game whether it was upgrading both, and we had no idea. So maybe Dennis thought the same as us. So
yeah, I mean, that being said, though, you know, you kind of want your practice to on maps to show you like what the knowledge of that, so you have those kinds of questions answered, so you're not like, oh shit, he has stagecoach too now.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think you'd like pre-practice that, right? Like that, he's got a whole squad of members of this team where you can like practice out a stagecoach build versus a potential Japan or anything like that. Maybe he didn't expect Japan, I don't know. But Lucas is a big TAD and the War Chief enjoyer, so I think it's kind of expected to see Japan there. So maybe he did know, but didn't expect Lucas to respond in such a good way. I don't know. We'll have to ask him afterwards, maybe.
Yeah, we do have the next game up, and it's going to be Lucas's Aztec versus Dennis is India. Baron, are we ready to get into the match? All right, let's get.
This is such a cool matchup, actually, on this map too.
Yeah. So, welcome guys to game number 2 of this play all 7 for the finals of the EPL. The Bigs are up 1 point currently now, and we've got in the south of this painted desert, Big Dennis is India. And on the north side of the map, in the color yellow, we've got Lucas playing Aztecs. I think this is kind of a fun matchup. I hope they both kind of just go for an age 2 slobber knocker. That's kind of what I like to see, but you know, you never know. Like both civs have excellent fortress options as well. So yeah, we'll have to see.
I'd love to see an H2 war as well, and just the Aztec player just sort of right-clicking the aggro at 6 minutes and sieging it down like old school Aztec. But I think the safe play and probably the more stronger play for Aztec would to be play this out in H3, because obviously with like the sepoys being nerfed against cavalry and shock infantry, Mace Coyote can be quite a difficult combo for India to deal with. Especially like Mass Coyote. So I think Lucas is probably going to go for like the Warrior Priest FF type play And Dennis is either going to follow him up with like a Carney, or he's going to timing push with a forward aggro fort. I'd guess. I'm not sure. I guess he can't go forward actually because the Jags. So it's a small rush distance map. So like he could aggro and base and still timing push, but I feel like Carney might be the play here for Dennis. But we'll have to see. He's got
so far only picking up 2 cows. Yeah, that's we've seen other India players in the past pick up far more livestock on this map. Again, it is kind of random, the generation, and oh wow, look at that. Big boys in base.
5.
He's got 5. Oh yes. Those will get nice and juicy. Nice and juicy for a barbecue. Nice little Mexican Aztec barbecue. But yeah.
You're getting me flustered here. But yeah, they are gonna get nice and juicy.
Can we take a look at Aztec's deck? I know we looked briefly at India's real quick. Okay, so we don't see the Javelineers. Kind of standard, I would say. Otherwise, 600 wood is in deck. He does have I forget what the card name is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's the one that you get Jags back for every 2 lost. Kalamakuk. Yes, not Cack. It's Cuck. Oh, Ritual Gladiators. Yeah, this card. So yeah, you get 1 back for each 2 you've lost. And with the big buttons and like the shipments, it's basically just like 12 Jags. Like
yeah, pretty much. It's basically a 12 Jag shipment. Yeah. Lucas is aging very, very late though. I'm not sure what happened here. It's like even with Yaks, like Aztec's supposed to age 14 and he's aging 15 with Idle. So I don't know if he had to like completely gather the entirety of the hunting dogs and got no treasures. And he did have poor herding at the start. Actually, he was gathering right at the back.
Yeah.
So
and his macro looks a little off too. Like the 9 coin and 5 wood. Like I don't think he got treasures from that instance. And to make it that way for the macro, but it doesn't really matter. He can still do the fast age and be up before India.
Yeah, it shouldn't impact too much. Yeah, it shouldn't impact too much. But like it's still Aztecs always want to age 14. He's gonna have enough food for the Jags regardless. So he calls them. Chips Warrior Priest, so he's going to do the traditional dancing for XP into Warrior Priest booming, so chopping for that house.
3 vet hubs, 1 pop at 4 minutes. Absolutely delicious. Thank you for the free XP. Maybe. Oh, is he sleeping too? Oh, they're both. Okay, all right, fair enough. Oh, he's coming back now.
Oh, he does say. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming. He could just TC fire it if we're honest here, but. Dennis
Where's his hero? I think it would be wise if he had his hero nearby for some combat to get the extra XP from the heroes, but
yeah, I think that's a big blunder on his part too. And if he think about it, if he caught the hero like he should have done with the Jags, he wouldn't have been able to scout the Warrior Priest boom. So that I think Dennis actually got caught sight of the fire pit and actually being Vils on it with the monk. He's definitely scouted it. So like he knows what's happening, and he's just gonna go greed himself. So it looks like he might go for some sort of semi, would be my guess, like a Sepoy semi, harass the fire pit with some Sepoy, and just play it out from there. But he could also do a timing. It's hard to tell.
He is shipping 4 and logging first instead of 700 wood. So yeah, as you mentioned, due to the scouting, he is going greedier with the card order here. So. That's basically like a 5 vil shipment, so going to be really nice in the long run when you don't have to have as many villagers on wood. They can be essentially put onto other things.
Exactly. Yeah, so like a 700 wood shipment first would indicate more of timing, right? Because you can drop a consulate, you can get them on market text, have more vils on food and coin because you can just use the wood to train vils. So the fact that he's gone 4 and logging means he's playing this very slow. And usually that means he's either going to go for a very delayed timing or he's going to go for an age up himself. And usually the age up himself is probably the safer option. So this probably looks like it's going to be a Fortress Age war, from what I can tell.
It'll be interesting to see what his consulate alliance is, because if he goes with the Ottoman consulate and then just decides after applying pressure, like, you know what, I don't want to use the cav, I'm just going to ship 4 vils, that'll basically be back-to-back 5 vil shipments, since you get the +1 from the 300 export and then the Ottoman consulate tech for 400, or for 4 more villagers. So his eco could be very nice if he decides to greed it, or of course he can just be like, you know what, I want 3 delis in there to harass Sepoys making their way over to pick up their poor A's on the floor. Our hero, our big hero, Den.
There's the other one called Den as well.
But the Jags are right there. Do you see that? In the invisible mode, like you could barely see them blending in.
Oh yeah,
It's
I didn't
so
see
cheeky.
them.
Oh,
I didn't even see them. Where's the other two?
I don't know. They've
Are
just
they
gone
camping? Oh, he killed the
walksies.
other hero. I think he killed the other hero. Is he camping the other hero? Oh my word!
I can't even see. Is he? I don't know. I don't think so. We need to ban yellow, orange, and green from any gameplay where like the map is just this color, because like that is insane. Like, Baron zoomed in. I was like, I don't see any units. Very nice there with the Sepoy. A little sloppy, putting his coinville on that other side, and it looks like he was trying to herd that in, and actually probably back herded, and it's a pain when it gets up against the wall like that, because you can't really, you can't really like herd it back, and sometimes it'll like,
He should go stealth and just try and get in there, I think. Oh, okay, so he is going for the timing, actually. Interesting. And Lucas has nothing. He's just got the Warriors and the Jags, and like this timing is like 2 batches of Sepoy and a batch of Cav. It's not too much, but it's enough to be super annoying for Aztec here. He has to train some mace, which he's doing, but is it going to be enough? The Warriors should be enough, but like even this is delaying Aztec super like a lot. So, and at some point like the Jags are going to die and the Delis can just wreak havoc, but the Delis are being whittled away. There is still 1 Jag left, and this monk is doing some moonwalking right now. I don't know what's happening there. But both monks go down. A lot of Sepoy went down. I mean, Lucas didn't send any unit shipment or anything. He just danced for warrior.
Look at his macro though. He's summoning Kalamakak, but does he have coin on the floor? Okay, he does. He does
have
good.
Yeah, he does have some.
I was like, am I missing something there? All right. So it's gonna age up nicely.
Yeah, I saw some coin crates now. I'm just not sure how much he gathered, but it looks like he gathered 0. So it looks like he's all set to go in age. And Dennis is kind of hard stuck H2, which is he could ship coin now and try to up, which I think is what he should do. To be honest, I think H2 India kind of just crumbles eventually. Like it looks good initially, but then like eventually Aztecs is just gonna have unit shipment after unit shipment and just hold. But
yeah, like 9 Jags here could just clean right. But he is shipping 5 Sepoys, making more sowers, a full batch of Gurkha on the way as well. So this is going to be a nice mass here.
Yeah, and if we go to Lucas's point of view, I want to see how close he is to the big button Jag pop. Because he needs 450 food, 450 coin. It looks like he's selling food for this exact scenario. Because he wants to, I think it's 8 Jags that can pop from the TC, the second big button. So I think he's trying to find a mine. Is that? Yeah, he's gone to the top left mine. So he's actually managed to sneak some vills out of there. And he's just bought wood for a house, I think. Yeah, he's just put down a house. But like he really needs more coin for the big button, because that's gonna save. You need to pop them at the same time as the nobles huts, right, to save them. It's like essentially popping Minutemen. So he needs to have the resources the moment he's H3. Otherwise, he's in big trouble. And Dennis is just farming XP at this point. He should know that the huts have popped out though, so he should go and try and kill them.
I think he's very cautious of going too close to the town center and war hut just in case like Jags do pop out, because that's like the only way he really loses this game. And I do like what he's doing here, where he's showing up when he's aging up. He's forcing the warrior priests to just basically give him XP, and they're not really doing too much, and they're not gaining XP for themselves, which is the biggest thing. And he's forced the nobles huts back, so like the map control is in a very big question. We do see some of the sowers on the top left going for the raid though, and he's forced all those vills off the coin mine, and I don't know how he saw that or if he just moved them instinctively, but that like they got back safely.
Very intelligent. Yeah, that was very like he anticipated that. I think he must have seen like the sour pathing to the left.
Yeah,
and just pulled them back ever since he saw those. And the good thing about this, right? So Aztecs has enough coin for Vet Coyote, Vet Mace. So all he needs is food and wood. So even though he's got like this exposed front mine, he only needs food and wood, right, to gather for maces and coyote. So he should be okay as long as he's got this hunt secured. Like if he can herd this hunt in now whilst he still can, He should be okay to sort of just train units. He's going Jags, like Coyote Jag. Shipping
Melee comp. Yep.
It's going melee comp and then shipping eagles. I don't know. I'm not sure I like this.
You see, not all of us can have an insane god tier micro. Some of us like the Rodolero Lancer Ooga Booga native version where you go furries with tails and guy with obsidian sword. Like that, it sounds pretty good to me. Look at the walling here from Dennis trying to prevent any sort of raids or kind of like chokes. I think he knows he's kind of like, okay, so very wise, actually. Very wise. Agrifort here going to spot also any of the stealth units. Pushing in here.
I think Dennis is aging, right? Yeah, he is aging with the Charminark Gate. And to be honest,
that's why go ahead.
I was gonna say, the reason why I was questioning this melee comp because it's just this map is very choky. So trying to get your units to connect, like you'll see it in the space, it might be a bit tricky for Lucas to get a good connection. He has got a very good army though. Like they're veteran units, veteran Coyote, but like you can see the units trying to path the trees. There's still 10 Jags in the back trying to get like round these trees. He is adding Zams
up as well. The age up is close to coming in.
And the
Mahut's on the wrong side of the TC, but here it comes coming forward onto the Atontons and some of the Jags.
The Eagles are focusing that down. Look how fast it's dying to just 6 Eagle run the nice. Imagine it was just 6 goons, or less than goons. It'll be like 5 goon, right? Just shooting it. It just instantly kills it. But this was such a good trade for Dennis, I think.
Lucas isn't on attack dance either. He needs to be on that to getting more value out of these units in this engagement. He did the Warrior Priest boom for a reason. He's still dancing for XP and he's sending 8 villagers behind this. What? This could have gone infinitely better if those Atontons were... Wow, yeah, it feels like a huge mistake. And he still is... Yeah, and now he has the Skirm Goon mass kind of that India really likes to establish themselves with. He's going to be able to get the Mansabdar units. Coyotes are going to try and come in to raid, but the more... Oh, that's a lot of villagers there. I don't know.
He sees it. Like Coyotes have low line of sight, so I don't think he saw that, but he sees this, Phil.
Yeah, but now there's Zambaraks, and they're going to get caught behind the walls. I don't think he sees all the walls, honestly, other than like the center, so he's going to have to go all the way back.
Yeah, I think after clicking like that and seeing your units path like that, you must be like, oh shit, he's got a whole bunch of walls up. So at least he's figured that out with 5 Coyote instead of his entire army, right? Imagine trying to run with your army and then you get caught.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shit, I've lost the game. So at least he figured that out with 5 Coyote. It could be a whole lot worse, right? Let's put it that way. But now,
44 villagers for Aztec, 10 warrior priests. He's shipping a Tonton. We are on 38 villagers for India, now getting veterancy for the, I assume, Zambaraks.
Yeah, it has to be. Like, there's no reason to get veteran sour. He's
buying both explorers back. Okay.
I think it's good. Like, they're very, very good in fights. Like, they tank so much. Like,
and the stomp ability too can be really clutch at sometimes. Yeah,
I mean, it is like, what, 170 coin for each, which is so expensive, but it's still very vital to India's composition to tank, right? Because Gurkha Zam's quite squishy, which is what he's going for. But on a choky map like this, it's actually really, really good. That's why I was questioning the melee comp, because it's just such a choky map.
Yeah.
Ranged units are just going to reign supreme on this type of map, so... Mace heavy is usually quite good, but he doesn't have the 13 mace in this deck, so it's going to be hard to tech switch into a lot of them. I think he's just shipped the warfare one, the Merc one. Yes, he has.
+2 range, that's going to be really nice.
And 25% HP. God, that card is so good.
It's insane.
It's so good.
Yeah.
12 Atontons, 25%.
For 500 coin, yeah. You get an age 4 buff and a range buff and 12 units, so pretty nice card to that.
Yeah, it's insane, actually. And in range, they do trade well versus Gurkha, but like the Gurkha will just get a kite and force like the animation to not go off a second time, so they're essentially only firing once. But some Zam's getting caught, he does kill one of them.
This is where the wall's going to be really nice, too, because the range advantage you can really just kind of abuse with the Gurkhas here behind the wall.
Yeah.
And kind of force a Toten to, as you said, redo their formation.
Yeah. And what some Aztec players like to do is like add in like a couple of like arrow knights, like 10, to have that ranged advantage. So like if a Gurkha tries to dive the Aranite, the Autontons come forward and just like force them away, and the Aranites just keep firing the entire time. And honestly, it'd be really good here to also kill the wolves, right? So the coyotes can potentially connect.
Hello.
So having like 10 Aranite here would actually be really, really good, even though it's Italy, even when India don't have artillery. So,
Are you getting the Revnak propaganda? India
I
equals Italy.
did that.
Yeah, you kind of.
I let it slip. Yeah. Hey,
yeah, they could also be useful
right?
against the Agra fort as well. But we do see an engagement here. Autontons are focusing down onto the Zambrax. 10 coyotes were shipped.
He was trying to tank with the Zambrax or something, but like 10 just melted instantly. So I think he swayed it away from that idea. Lucas did a very good job of picking off the Mansabdas off both. So now it looks like Dennis is retraining the Mansabda Gurkha, I believe. And he is adding Aranites to siege the wolves from range, because trying to brute force them with coyotes is just never going to be a good trade. So, and then he can just poke away at this mine with the Aranites, which is just going to be super annoying. Like, 3 Aranites just going to poke away at Vils, idle them, get them off gold. And India's army is very gold heavy, so it's actually really, really nice to just have this little light pressure, still killing Vils on the mine. Constant attack siren, it's actually really, really annoying for him. But the mace count is just so much lower than the Gurkha count, which should never be the case, but he doesn't have 13 Autonton in deck and stuff like that, so he's going to have to rely on coyotes connecting here. And the walls here and the mine and the trees, it's going to be very hard for coyotes to get stuck in. And he's going to go for it now, I think, with spazzing out.
What's going on?
Yeah, I know. Like, this map just makes units bug so much. And the Yurumi are going to be really, really strong here. Wow. Because the Coyotes only have 10% range resist, so they actually do decently against Coyotes. Not great, but, like, they're still in good position to tank all the mace shots. Meanwhile, all the...
was in there, too, taking a lot of damage. That was a full Gurkha volley there.
Yeah. But the Zams just, like, clean up the Coyotes whilst the Yurumis just block them. And now the Gurkha Master just is untouched, so he can just reign supreme on the maces. The Zams are going to go on the front. I really don't like that. They don't really tank like Dragoons do, so they kind of really need to be on the back line at all times. But look at
these Eagle Runner Knights too. Like, these are... I don't know how he's getting pushed back. We do see Mahouts coming, and then the 12 Jags potentially even being shipped now. But can we take a look back at Dennis? There might be some Mahouts popping here. Okay, no, not quite yet. So he is training them from the stable near the side. Okay, all right.
During that fight, he was so idled. He had 48 Vils, and he only had like 10 Vils gathering. So like his reinforcements aren't going to be the same as Lucas's. If you go to Lucas POV lane, like look at this: 30 Vils on food, 21 on wood, 5 on coin. Like, this is like really good macro. You can spam a shit ton of maze. Has like enough coin Vils to produce some eagles for any mahouts that Dennis is going to make. And he's just shipped 11 Jags to sort of run around and be annoying and just check mines and check hunts, basically. There's another 5 Jag going towards the bottom side of the map. There they are. And I think there's going to be Vils there too.
He might catch out a couple of Vils down there.
Yeah.
On the south side of the map. Oh no, but the walls.
Walled. Yeah, and here too. Dennis is really on point with his walling. Or...
Does he see the gap? Oh, he's gonna... I mean, he might as well just siege it at the same time. Yeah.
I think he tried clicking and it didn't work, so it might be actually... There might actually be no gap there, despite the visual. But yeah, like, the Gurkha mass is kind of not that big anymore, but there's so many Mahus, but he's got the perfect amount of Eagle Runner Knights to just sort of melt them, kinda. There should be some Coyotes to block, but like, the Mahu is actually going to do good damage if he doesn't kite with the Eagles.
Because they splash damage!
He's not kiting with the Eagles, so the Mahu is actually going to do decent damage against them, because they have range resist still not melee, so they all just sort of melted for some reason.
He just stood there and took it like a good little boy. Like, he just didn't move.
Well, I don't know why he didn't kite there. That sort of just made these Mahus actually get some value when they should have got deleted. Which is interesting, but he's got like 20% attack dance and there's like equal numbers of mace to Gurkha, kinda. And I think this is just going to be a good fight for Lucas because Dennis isn't kiting at all. and you need to kite in this scenario. Jags are going to be pissing off Zambrax, and he's got kite with Zambrax now against Jags, which is super annoying. And he's just danced back for his war chief, and then he's going to go snare the Gurkhas in again with the 1k HP tank. Cover mode Jags as well, really not like Lucas is doing like these little micro things.
But 3 more really big boys coming out, and where are the Eagle Runner Knights? There are none.
There's no Coyote either. I feel like there should be some Coyotes here. There's no Zambrax to sort of...
There's a lot of Vils there hunting on the Bison. Oh my goodness, here they come. They're coming in to stomp on all of the villagers. There's some Eagle Runner Knights.
His 8, but is it enough? Like, he's got to kite like a motherfucker to get out of this. Even Vil... I'd probably tank with the Vils here. Just let them soak the Mahout hits. Like, 3 Mahouts are attacking Vils right now, which is kind of really good for Lucas. Is that a random Puma Spearman just hitting the... the Puma Spearman killed the Mahout. That's so funny.
I mean, 60 damage in age 2, not bad for an anti-cav unit.
Actually really, really good damage if he connects. And Dennis didn't see it, so actually got like 3 swings off. So that's actually really good damage. But surely Lucas should be like, now I've got to add in a whole huge Jag raid.
Oh, man.
But this is why Gurkha Zam can be quite annoying to deal with as... annoying to use as India in this matchup, because your units are so squishy, right? So like if you're trying to catch Jag raids or Coyote raids, you got to send a lot, because otherwise the Jag or Coyotes are just gonna kill your Zams or your Gurkha. So it's just really annoying. Even with walls, he's getting raided to shit. So like he's on 46 Vils and Aztecs is probably close to 70. Oh no, of course he lost a bunch of Vils in that fight too. So yeah, but Aztec's still ahead in eco, which is not the... it shouldn't be the case in this matchup at all.
And he also has the tempo advantage. I mean, we were just watching a few minutes ago where, you know, we were saying he could have had 13 Atonton in deck and he's down in skirm count, and all of a sudden he just has almost like twice the amount of Atonton compared to Gurkha now. He is getting a farm down and getting the first agrarian upgrade, it looks like. So
I think that's the second one, actually.
The second one, yeah.
He's already got 10%, and I think that one's 15 or 20. So and it also affects hunts. So like the hunts he's gathering on are going to be like super efficient for him.
Nice little raid there with some redcoats.
Huge raid. That's it's not just killing 2 Vils, it's denying that mine and that hunt for Aztec, which is kind of big at this point. Because like you really need those mines to produce these eagles and Aranites that he's doing, and then obviously
and the redcoats are potentially marching forward onto some other resources at the top. I'm not sure. Oh no, they turned around. Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad. Should see it. Like
Mahout's here though.
And there's no, where are the eagles again? There's the same issue, right? He's not got Coyote and he's not got eagles, which are your 2 best units as Aztec. So I'm not sure why he's not making them. He's adding Coyote now, and there's a few eagles, but is it enough is the question. Oh, huge Mahouts!
Oh my god, that's like 7 Mahouts going forward!
And they're just gonna rip through this Aztec army somehow. Like, the eagles are just not kiting, there's not enough of them. So, like, the eagles are kind of dying to them as well. Like, this is the most value I've ever seen Mahouts get. Like, I mean, they're fighting Coyote now, which is not ideal, but it means the Coyote aren't killing the Gurkha, right? So
Waddle in from the right! Oh, he's gonna come
in! Mahout. Boom! The area damage, the Atonton mass is just getting whittled away. This game's been insane, actually. Yeah, it's just back and forth. But, like,
there's so many Vils here. Oh, my goodness.
Look at his res, he has so many res, he just can't spend and like just sell some food, sell some wood, buy some food and just get some units going, like get some eagles going or something. Like, Dennis is just like really low on coin mines if you look at the map. He just shipped intervention as well, as Baron nicely put, but he's running out of coin mines, right? Which means, this is why he's spamming Mahout, because he can't keep up with Gurkha production. So he's just food and wood, yeah, exactly. So he's just, and to be honest, they've been getting great value, like way more value than they should have. So, has he shipped Elephant Combat? No, he doesn't have it in his deck. No.
That would have been great to see this game in particular, but nice little pivot. Like, you know, sometimes like Euro civs, they make like bow pike when they have no coin or anything. They're in India, Mahout. Oh boy, here they come waddling in.
Waluigi. The Indian equivalent is Rajput Mahu, right? So
Rajput Mahou, yeah.
and then like the little goal that you do have is trained on Sepoy or Gurkha, right? Just keep the Gurkha mass alive and just keep rallying Mahouts down your opponent's throat. It's kind of Dennis's
he's gotten
strategy
another
here.
3 Mahouts in queue.
Holy shit. How many has he got in total now? Like 9 or 10?
9.
Yeah, 9. Holy shit. Like, in theory, this should be awful against Aztecs, right? Because Eagle Runner Knights are a thing, but like Lucas has just not been making enough of them throughout this entire game. And it's just, he's making them now, but like, it's got to the point where like his coin mines have been denied / running out, so at some point he won't be able to make them anymore. Unless he transitions, right? Which is going to be difficult. So he's going to have to rely on just coyotes, but then Dennis is also smartly adding Sepoy. So he's going to go Sepoy Mahu, and obviously the counter to that is like Eagle Runner Knight, but he has no coin left. And Dennis is now getting onto the mines.
Red coats. That's a lot of red coats, and they absolutely obliterate Cav and shock infantry in melee. They're so good.
Yeah, their multipliers are much better than Sepoys, so they actually deal with cavalry quite nicely compared to the Sepoy. So having them mixed in is going to be really, really handy. He's even adding Zam as well, so like extra DPS against Coyote. He must realize that Aztecs is low on coin, so he's really, really abusing that. And I think there's not much Lucas can do from here. Like even though India's out of mines, there's really not much he can do. Well, I guess there's a couple, but like they're not exactly the safest. But he has got the stronger army right now, so he could use that to secure them. Perhaps build a TC on them or something like that. He does have the wood for it. Anyway, big engagement. There's probably about 15 eagles there, but there's more Mahu than Eagle Runner Knights, kind of, at this point, isn't there? So it's a little bit tricky for Lucas here. More mace coming out. I think that's a 9 mace shipment. He's getting really desperate here.
Okay, but that being said, there were 9 Mahouts, so there's only 2 left!
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, eagles are so good, but he needs to kite with them. That's the thing. He just needs to kite. He's not kiting the Mahouts at all. He's like letting them get value. They're not getting any pathing blocks, anything like that. And now it's just like huge Gurkha Sepoy mass against a few mace and some eagles. So I think Dennis is in a really good spot here.
Yeah, just able to clean up any of the small 5 batches that are coming out. And at this point, really, what can you do? Down 2k score. He's on farms, doesn't have any map control. His mines are being sat upon.
How much coin is in that mine? Still 700. That's enough to get a decent eagle mass going. But like after that mine's gone, there's one just outside his base, but that's where the fighting's been the entire fucking games, and it's on 200 coin anyway. So yeah, it's just Lucas is just struggling to get units out here, and I think he's only on 1 war hut or maybe 2 because he's just producing from 1 at the moment when he could be mass producing from like 3 or 4 at this point. So he's just always got this food and wood bank at the moment that he cannot spend. I wonder what he's going to ship now. Like, what's left? Ah, okay, this is pretty good. Grain market is 20% on farms, and he's got 30 mils on farms, so it's actually really, really good. It's like refrigeration at this point, so not too bad at all. And he's doing heal dance, which I really love. Now that his units are idle, if every unit that's idle gets healed, and it's healed quite quickly as well, so he can actually make good use of that and get a lot of value from it.
Yeah, and he's getting another upgrade at the farms there, so his food eco in transition is going to be decent. And if you look at the gather rates on his resources, he will be able to produce. He just needs like production. But that being said, these siege elephants just took down one of the war huts there, and that was one of the last remaining coin mines there for Lucas. So he's in a very, very difficult position.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was him, he's on attack dance now, but I'd just use fertility here just to get the units out, even if it's from 1 war hut. Just this is urgent right now. Like, he can't let this snowball. Eagle's going first. This is big mistake. The mace just what's going on? He's just walking right into his army. Like, the maces are going. Typical Lucas, just beelining straight into opponent's army. He's just no fear. But yeah, I don't know what that sort of push was. It's kind of desperation. I'm not sure why he did that, and that's just game over. Wow. did not expect that at all. Like, it looked really, really good for Lucas for the majority of the game, right? He was gathering more efficiently. Dennis was forced to make Mahus, which is not what you want to make against Aztecs at all. But then the Lucas lack of eagle runner like kiting sort of cost him the game here. Otherwise, it would be like a kind of easy win, in my opinion. But it's just lack of kiting in some of these big engagements. I guess he just got overconfident. But it bit him in the arse, basically, because even though eagles shred Mahus do very good damage against eagles because of no melee resist, right? So that was actually really, really good by Dennis to tech switch into the right units at the right time. This is basically just a composition win. Like, I think Dennis did a much better job of like mixing the correct unit at the right time. So well played to Dennis.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another few key mistakes that kind of cost Lucas there was he didn't go onto the attack dance for that one initial push when he was doing his timing, and then also just kind of lazy on the kiting there in a couple of instances.
Yeah, exactly. And that just stuff like that in high-level games cost the game. Simple as that, really. It just comes down to like a minor micro mistake.
Definitely. So we do have the matchup here for game number 3 in this play all 7. Lucas is going to be playing as Spain, and Dennis is going to be playing as Ethiopia. I really enjoy watching this matchup. I think it's a very interesting one. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on this one.
Okay, so this is a weird one. I actually played this matchup a lot in Quick Search as Ethiopia, and my Ethiopia is pretty crap, but I somehow managed to win this matchup every single time, but then like when I played some lobby games, I got wrecked. So I really don't know. It's Dennis knows Ethiopia very, very well. It's one of his main civs, if not his main. And sometimes they can struggle with like mass heavy infantry plus Falk. So like a shit ton of rods plus Falk and maybe some lances or something like that could be a problem. But otherwise, he could also go for like the FF into Conquistador Skirm, like the area damage goon plus Skirm, and that could be really good against Spain. Or he could do like an H2 timing, like 2 Raxes mid-map and right-clicking with Musk's shuttle, I guess Kenya's shuttle rather, and then follow up with an H-up. So there's a few things Ethiopia can do, just sort of depends on how he dictates the pace of the game. And Lucas has just got to sort of rely on dogs, lancers, and early Falks is basically his plan, and see how it goes from there. Lancers are pretty good against Kenya, so I think Ethiopia also need to mix in goons as well. So we'll have to see.
So we do have the game up, and we're going to send you guys into the 3rd game. All right, Hazza, take us underway.
Alrighty, so in the west of the map, in the colour purple, we have Lucas lose 99% of the games, and he's playing as the Spanish rather, and he's getting a 50 wood, which is really, really nice. So he only has to chop 50 wood to get the house after the TP, and that might indicate that he can go for a 15 village instead of 16, which is really, really important for like a tempo civ like Spain. So he's going straight for that TP. And the dog is just going to scout around for any nearby treasures to see if he can find any food or wood. Been a bit unlucky with just only finding coins, so not the best spawn for him, but he did get a 50 wood, so you can't be too upset about that. Meanwhile, in the east of the map, we have Dennis playing Ethiopians. Very cool civ, and like it's very not figured out civ, let's put it that way. And Dennis sold his cow instantly the moment he got 150 wood. And that's to get the tech and the house instantly. The house gives him build XP, and the tech obviously 5% gathering as soon as possible for every vill on food, which is what they're going to be gathering for the majority of the game, is really, really good. Because he wants to get that 15 village up too, but it's quite hard to do so with Ethiopia. Looks like he's trying to deny Lucas's treasures rather than grab his own. What's this treasure here? 2 stray sheep. Actually a decent treasure for Ethiopia.
Yeah. always grab those kind of livestock treasures. I mean, because for most civs, it's like, all right, this is basically an 80 food treasure, but for, the African civs, it's influence and potentially wood or coin, so kind of a nice pickup there.
Yeah, exactly. Even like the small influence trickle they give is actually pretty handy. In terms if he's going, especially if he's going like conquistadors, right? So he's kiting very nice. Well, he was kiting very nicely with the hero. He's going to kill this Wardog basically for free. And there's not much Spain can really do about it. Like, he can snare him, but then like Dennis can counter snare and run away because he's got a faster explorer, so he shouldn't really get snared for too long. Yeah, there you go. He didn't even need to counter snare.
Yeah, able to kill the Age 1 Explorer and the Aben coming in to heal for potential better treasures in Age 1. Or he could just use the Aben to kind of get some in-base treasures if he decides. What's that middle treasure that we see as we examine the Spanish deck? So 85 coin. Okay, so
coin. So Spain's going for 15 Vil with a little bit of idle time. It's not too bad, and it looks like Dennis is doing the same. So
yeah, honestly, with Spain, like even going idle, I think personally, just like the point of Spain is just tempo, right? Like I feel like it's always worth it. I feel like the 16th Vil never really makes or breaks the game, but the time that you take to age up sooner can.
The extra film, like the extra 25 seconds or whatever, when the forecasts pop out at the tower,
exactly,
for example, could matter so much and stuff like that. We're just seeing the power of the Aben healing right here. He's fucking face tanked 2 outlaw musketeers for a solid minute and just didn't give a single fuck. Like, he was gaining HP whilst fighting 2 muskets. It's just like,
it's the power, it's the unstoppable tide of Islam. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, like 6 HP per second. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And they attack every 3 seconds, right, the muskets? So it's kind of like cancelling each other out. So it's kind of funny. So it's going Habesha, which is the 300 coin, and the war camp. Also gives you a mountain monastery, so it's quite a lot of value. It's 150 wood plus 200 wood plus 300 coin. That's a pretty good Age 2A job, if you ask me.
Typically indicates the fast fortress as well. And yes, Cassazar, I know I was making a joke. Relax. You don't need to. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Anyways, but yeah, I think a fast fortress might be the kind of play. It's going to be interesting to see like what he transitions into Age 3 with. So yeah, the TP. Well, I definitely going to be an FF, I think. So, maybe not. He's going for 700 wood first here. Okay.
I'm kind of questioning where he's going to put his walkout. He just puts it in base. Okay, so it looks like it might be like a musketeer semi or something. But usually, actually, this could be just a straight FF even. No, okay, he's training units. So it's going to be like a 700 wood, 700 coin FF by the looks of it. But like usually Habesha can either mean an FF or an H2, because you can just use 300 coins to train the Abens, and then you just ship wood first and spam from double war camps. But it looks like he's going to go for a semi.
Yeah, I mean, he is training Abens now, so that might be his plan. Can we take a look over at Spain's perspective and where that tower is? It looks like it's in base. Yes, it is. Okay.
Both playing very conservatively. Lucas is obviously going to age 1 Vil earlier because he went 15 Vil. And can we just click on one of his Vils, gathering hunts? I just want to see. Okay, he does have steel traps, so he's gone for the. Oh wow, Dennis is taking a second TP. They're both getting super greedy actually, and interesting. And Dennis is shipping a fort now. So he's going wood, then fort, then coin, and he's going to use this. This makes sense now, actually. So the double TP, normally if you do the FF, you do like wood, then coin, and because of like the shipment curve and stuff. But what he's doing here is having a fort. He can have a forward shipment point, and then that's going to give the influence to fast age, which is quite important here, especially against Spain's potential tempo. Very, very defensive fort. Maybe he's going to go for an FI. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see what his game plan is from the card order.
It looks like Lucas is
this. Wait, is that
Vaza?
No, I think that's the other one, right? Oh no, it is Vaza.
Oh, no, it is Vaza.
Yeah, so
500 influence for that though is so
Yeah,
expensive.
I don't think that's gonna be worth it at this point.
No, I don't think.
I mean, honestly,
no, neither.
I
of
think
these
it's an
techs are worth
interesting
it.
dynamic with like the natives and the African civilizations because their units, of course, native-wise shadow tech and are typically like viewed as better. But in terms of like training natives, I always think it's like kind of interesting. Like you're using a very heavily or very expensive resource on
Yeah.
them. But 5 Vils adventurer, excuse me, the scout age up coming in, making some rods. Unfortunate miss macro, so his house did not come down and he missed a batch of rods. He did actually spend the 500 influence on the torps, but he won't have the influence for the fast age. And will that come back to bite him? We'll have to see.
I think it will, honestly, because
the torps. I mean, yeah, they're like, why not just sell a cow and put down 2 houses, right? Like, you're not gonna. They're only a couple of Vils. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I get the idea because Ethiopia does have troubles with housing sometimes, even with cow eco, because like they must cost wood, they need houses, they need upgrades and stuff like that. So I do understand. Oh no way, he's gonna kill one immediately. The muskets are getting there to save it. Is that? Oh, I thought that was Minutemen. Lol. Okay. But yeah, I think it will because he's got 2 TPs, right? And he already has a shipment and a half. So it's like he's not. The slow age is just going to delay this shipment curve, and he's just going to ship like 3 shipments back to back because of it.
Yeah, and Lucas is going with Spanish gold here, so he's going to go with the greedy kind of build order for Spain that can really, like, if they can get away with it, it's so scary, right?
Yeah, and Dennis is giving him all the time in the world, and usually when Spain's overscoring Ethiopia, that's not a good sign, because Ethiopia overscored because of, like, all the nat techs, the shadow techs and stuff, and other things. I don't really know why, but they definitely overscore. But it's usually, like, shadow tech stuff. So if it's like equal scores, usually means it's a good situation for Spain. And like that's because he's got 2 or 3 shipments stacked, right? Like if he had those 3 shipments on the floor, he'd have much higher score, obviously. So this once he gets all these shipments out, once he's hit H3, so like he's shipping 7 of tenure now. He's got another one in queue, and he's got 2 TPs. So it's like by the time these 2 shipments come through, he'd get close to another one, right? So.
I do see the imported cannons, and he's going shuttles after this.
And he's left his mountain monasteries on max influence. And I don't know if that's a mistake or not, because there's not really a whole lot of stuff he can use influence on. Like I doubt he'll gather for 1,500 influence for the organs, for example.
It's odd to me. I think I agree with Baron here, where he's showing the shipment curve. So he's shipping 9 shuttles, right? But he just researched the imported cannons, but didn't ship 1K influence. Maybe he'll do that next for kind of a timing, and he wants some sort of body block with the shuttles. We'll have to see, but it could have been a nice pivot there.
I think researching was just sort of a like an anticipation for the 2 Falcons and just having it geared up in case. Because obviously, like you see 2 Falcons, you want to just instantly put a Colv in queue, right? But like if you don't have the tech researched, it's going to be a problem.
Look at this. He did cancel it. He was getting counter. Oh no, he's getting it again. Counter infantry rifling as well.
Interesting.
So costing more influence from the arsenal. So,
yeah.
I think it makes sense though because Spain like rod heavy civ. So I mean. If you can neutralize the threat. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Blind Colvs from Spain?
Yeah, I think he's afraid of the mortar. He's really afraid of the mortar. But like, I kind of like it though, because like if he ships Falcons next, he can just
makes Falcons with Spanish gold. Then like, what does? Because then Ethiopia has to respond not only with Culverins to defeat the Culverins, but Colvs to defeat the Falcons. So it's kind of interesting.
Well. Ethiopia has this problem where they can't really mass Colv, whereas Spain can just ship Spanish gold, put Vils on coin, and just keep making Colv. Right. So it's like if he takes Ethiopia into like an artillery war, it could be really hard for Ethiopia to sort of deal with like mass Falc with like enough Colvs to keep each other busy. So maybe that's the sort of game plan Lucas is going for. But why are we out in the open with like?
He's
10
drag
rods?
boxing the culverins for some reason. Okay, and now the rods are kind of being dragged forward. The Husser engaging onto the shuttles. Neftenia is still kind of in the front line. Gaskenia do shoot faster the closer they get to these units. The Falconets are forward, but they're completely exposed. The shuttles are going to run forward here. The culverins are going to go down. The Falconets are going to go down. And here we go. There's no rods, and Shuttle, Gaskenia, and Neftenia are just going to be able to go forward here. Why? I don't know why he was sitting out there.
Where's his army? Like, I feel like his army is really, really small for 12 minutes Spain with Spanish gold. I don't know. It just seems so tiny.
It was the blind culverins. I mean,
yeah, maybe.
he just spent 800 res on Colves. Minutemen being called forward, but they're not shooting right now. Rods are trying to engage, but they now disengage. There's so many Gaskenia here.
Yeah, and I think Lucas just underestimated how many like shuttle warriors Ethiopia can get. So he only had 10 rod and was heavy on skirm, which kind of should be the other way around if you're going for this artillery play. Because usually you want like the rods to sort of deal with the mass shuttle and block the Gaskenia from getting on top of you and stuff like that, whilst the Falcons shoot. But he was just like, kind of over making skirm and trying to win the skirm more, I guess. But like, it's just Ethiopia doesn't really make many skirm in this matchup, I think. Or like he makes a few, but you don't need to worry about the skirm war whatsoever with Spain. So I don't know. It's been really weird unit. I think Dennis is just winning on unit comps once again. Like the unit composition is just better for Dennis typically in these games, and Lucas is getting really caught out by it. Here comes 8 more reinforcing skirm. They've got ×3, so these rods are going to fucking melt. I think does he have infantry breastplate? Can you click on the shuttle, please? No, he doesn't. Not yet. And yeah, that's just kind of game. Like
that was really class micro there as well, running the shuttles back toward his Gaskenia so that the Gaskenia would shoot the rods faster, not just baiting positionally, but also kind of taking advantage of the faster rate of fire there. It seems like he got caught out in a fight he didn't want to quite take. It looks like he was preparing for Falconets, but and the drag box, like he kind of looked like he panicked a bit and just was like, I don't have enough to deal with this right now. And we could see that in the military unit population graph. They're just getting absolutely smoked by shuttle warriors.
Yeah, he just got caught with his pants down, literally. Like he just didn't. He was sort of gearing himself up for a huge artillery ball and was like shipping 9 rod and stuff like that, but he should just be behind his base if he's waiting for all this anti-cav, especially against a civ that can double rebatch cav and ship 9 cav and 8 cav. It's just pretty scary for Lucas to be out in the open like that.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one there. So with that, it is now Dennis with that victory will be taking SKG. Another game ahead in this play all 7.
And why have we started this game at 9:40? Was this the disconnect game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Baron, by the way, everyone in chat, I don't know what we want to do about this, but the player's message about this game.
What did Dennis say?
He said, my game crashed in game 4, by the way. I don't know if you guys want to cast this.
Well, at the moment, I guess we could sort of describe the scenario. So at the moment, we've just loaded up the reg, and it's 9:40 in, and it's like Lucas, China, and H3 versus Hauser and H2, and it's where Dennis crashed. I'm not sure if this game lasts much longer than this, but I think that timeline must be bugged. Yeah, I think it's just bugged.
We're just gonna do game 5.
I think we have to. Who actually won that game though? It looks like Lucas is super. It looks like Lucas is super far ahead, but
yeah, let me pull up the chat here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the on the Lithuania game, Lucas playing China against Dennis Hauser. I think Dennis crashed, but it looked like Lucas was winning anyway. But I don't know if that led to was because of the crash or not. Anyway. Lucas was far ahead and it looks like he won, so the series is tied up 2-2 by the looks of it. Is it 2-2?
Yes, it is 2-2 now.
Yeah. So now the scores are tied again, which is crazy, actually. So yeah, it's like SKG and Biggs are completely tied up once again. So we're gonna go.
Not only that, Dennis has played both of his Africa civs, and Lucas taking a big win with China over one of Dennis's mains. So must be a very nice victory for him going into the 5th game. So it's getting tense here with the last 2 games to go, everyone.
Yeah. And we're gonna head straight into game 5, and we got Lucas Lakota versus Dennis playing Mexico on the map Arabia. So let's just get right into it, shall we?
Right, welcome back to game number 5 in this Play All 7 for the finals of the EPL. We're currently tied 2-2. And it's all on the line here. $700 prize pool for the winners. So these guys are definitely going to be, it's all going to come down to this. Mexico here, starting market in the north in the color blue for Dennis. And his opponent in the south side of Arabia in the color purple is going to be Lucas.
Speaking German. Peasants.
Ich bin verwundert. Und kann nicht den bewiesen. That's my favorite rage bait of all time. I just go into Moonshine streams and I just type like even worse, more broken German every single time. Like every time it gets worse, and he's like, "That's not how you say. It's ich bin verwundert und kann nicht." And like Passy's like in the chat, and I'm like, he's like, "That's Dutch German." Easiest rage bait.
Sorry, 1 second. I need to respond to a message.
Sure thing. But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting matchup. Interesting map as well. Not really like a great Stagecoach TP map for Lakota. That being said, also not necessarily for Mexico either, although I hope we don't have to worry about any Baja. Picking up a nice 75 wood treasure. I would have really liked to see Lucas using his Explorer to kind of scout the middle of the map, because the two, like the edges on the the top and I guess middle bottom side have the bigger treasures, and he could have potentially stolen that food treasure that Dennis had just picked up there. Let's take a look at the decks real quick. So Lakota here, pretty standard stuff. He does have Fur Trade in Age 3. That's quite an interesting card. Not really seeing that. 5 Rifle Riders and 4 Rifle Riders. Excuse me, Earth Bounty. So yeah. And of course, the 18 Wakinas in Age 4 and Akichita, just an insane card. All units, Cav and Infantry, 20%. Oh my spaghetti. What an insane card. Anyways, let's take a look over at Mexico's deck, although it's quite hard to tell what Mexico may or may not do. All right, so pretty, I guess, can we say standard Mexico deck? Like, I mean, nothing really shouts out to me, but like, I don't want to say standard. We'll have to see how he plays it out.
It seems like a well-rounded deck. I think it can play H2, H3, and H4, so... I think in H3 there's a revolt that can give you a factory, which is why he's only got 1 factory in H4. So that might be the reason why. Because there's a Yucatan revolt and the Rio... Oh, he might go Rio Grande. Is that possible?
No, because the factory would... Well, Rio Grande doesn't do the factory. It's the...
Does it not have a factory?
It's the Texas. It's the Texas one where you can get 2 more factories. Oh, it does give you factory.
I thought there's a factory as well. Yeah.
But that's like the Age 3 equivalent to going up, so you wouldn't have the H4 card. So, but I guess you could unrevolt later, but that's kind of unfeasible with Rio Grande. But yeah, transitioning here. What is this age up? I'm curious to see the politician. So Tlaxcala. Okay, so that's the one that gives you the 2 villager shipment and some natives access as well per hacienda. So he might be going for a hacienda build. We'll have to see. What's the age up here for Lucas? Probably the chief. Yes, it is the chief. He does get his first trading post up. He's going to be getting some coin as well.
Trying to get XP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Huge pickup for the Lakota, actually. 70 XP is kind of nice, especially with a civ that doesn't really build many buildings for XP. So, That's
And
kind
he
of really
denies
good
any
for them.
scouting ability of what might be
Yeah.
happening and what his first production building is, or where it might be for that matter.
Yeah, and it looks like Lucas is just going for some sort of FF. I think he's gonna go 2 War Hut into 700 coin and just either make like a couple of Axe Riders or make nothing at all. That's what I would do if I was him. And I think with this wood, he's gonna just drop a second TP and a stable. And he's making Soldado in base. Interesting. That's kind of weird, actually. Like, you could just do the same thing but make a few pikes. I guess he's afraid of Bow Rider, but why would you be? I really don't know. I'll have to see what his plan is. If he goes to Central America after that and goes like Musk's Cannon or something, I have no idea what his plan is there. He's now shipping 700 wood, started off with 5 vills, so it's gone very economical opening, like the typical Mexico opening.
I think it's kind of funny how, like, for Soldado production in H2, it's kind of like a Cav opening, just how expensive they are, like, but you're just making Musketeers. Oh, is he gonna get that house down? He is building it. Oh, he didn't, he only got 4, but that's still not bad. Like, 4 Soldados is not bad. And I think it's not a bad decision either, considering how much HP they have. And, like, when you think about Setons, the Setons become scary when they can stand and fire. The only time they can really stand and fire, though, I think, like early on, is when they have a decent mass of them where they can't just get right-clicked by a 36 damage Soldado, right? Looks like he's going to be marching forward here to try and take down the TP. We do see the 2 War Huts in base as well.
Unfortunately, I don't think that War Hut's covering the TP.
I don't think so either.
So you can just siege that for free, and then obviously the second TP is going to be super out of range. So he needed to sort of burn both these TPs for essentially free. And that's kind of a big deal. Because he's nicely targeting the one closer to the base first, before Lucas's H3 and has units to deal with this. And then you can siege the far away one later when Lucas is slowly getting his units out. So I do think this is the smart choice here. Taking up the messenger, which makes sense because he doesn't want to get caught out by some sort of H2 timing. He's got a shipment ready, and it's most likely going to be 8 vills or Wakina. And oh wow, so he's going for Musk's timing by the looks of it.
Yeah, and another 5 Soldados on the way coming in, so that's like a decent, formidable mass. But then again, fast age 5 Rifle Riders, GG easy for the War Chiefs, whereas Rosado. So I'm not really sure with the Chinako timing how this might play out, but if he's able to get a decent amount of damage done back up and then age, who knows? But we'll have to see. So
I think it might be the similar scenario where it's like Rifle Rider versus Highlander, right? Where the Soldados are just so strong that they might be able to just brute force the Rifle Riders down.
He is mixing Wakinas in queue though, so and his eco hasn't really been idled because of the 2 War Huts. We'll lose a villager though.
Yeah, that was kind of big actually. Denies the tribal marketplace too. And he sees this 5 cav, Lucas, so he might cancel and re-queue this Wakina, I'm not sure. No, okay, Dennis is not going to commit yet. He's probably just going to kill this TP and then perhaps back off. Just show the cav, force him to ship rifles rather than Wakina. Never mind, he's
going into Salteadors. Okay, so that 700 coin is going into unit production, and he's going to ship units on top of this.
They might be a bit late though. The Rifle Riders are already out.
Oh, and they just one-tap a Soldado with the few Wakinas in there. Explorer tanking and... Oh, man.
Dude,
this timing feels really bad.
Yeah, their DPS against heavy infantry are just so insane. Like, Dennis should really just turn around and fight, honestly. You're just going to bleed loot units like this. Like, 10 Soldados should be able to, like, one-shot a rifle, and then it's, like, all of a sudden 9.
And they do, yeah. It feels like he's turning around a little too late.
He
could have been doing that a bit earlier, especially with the Rifle Riders' 1.5 rate of fire. The skirms are in here now, and he is out-skirming, and with more Rifle Riders reinforcing, he's going to have to back up here. The Chinakos are going to try and get a snare on.
This is kind of scary for Lucas, actually, because he's going to lose the Wakina. He's just going to have to sack them, right? Like, they're dead. And just try and get as much damage to the cav as possible, and then just get out of there is basically his plan here. So Dennis should pull back the cav, as he's nicely doing so. And then I guess he just goes into sort of skirm Soldado. Like, what's Mexico's follow-up here? Because, like,
He could.
Wiki?
I don't know. I mean, could we take a look at his deck? He might be able to like go into Central America or something. He does have more resource shipments to potentially do that.
I like that he's mixing the pike and the soldado. Just so he's got enough anti-cav and then block. But like these 9 Wakina that get show up, and it's gonna be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, 107 HP, 20 ranged attack with 18 range compared to 110 HP, 18 range, and only 17 ranged attack. So, despite being a doo-doo-da-da-ass skirmisher, the Wakinas will outclass the H2 Salteadors for the time being. And the skirm mass is now, as we see, equalizing with that 9 skirm shipment. Now going for a 3 Chinako shipment, so he's really committing to this H2 now. And I'm not really sure how this is going to work out with just pure... Oh, now dog soldiers also being shipped for Lucas. That'll be a very nice shipment, despite the anti-cav presence and the Chinakos. I mean, actually, I'm not sure now that I think about it. With pikes, soldados, and Chinakos, I'm not sure how well the 3 soldado or the Takalas would do, considering there's not many rifle riders left on the field.
No, he's got minimal anti-cav here, and he needs to be careful here because, well, obviously there's a huge cav mass coming.
Oh boy, here we go, and he's getting sandwiched by some of the pikes and the Chinakos.
Yeah. The heavy infantry is just going to melt for Dennis here, but like the cav, honestly, this was good positioning for Lucas. This was like the best he could have hoped for. Like he had no anti-cav, yet the dog soldiers are still sort of standing up to the Chinakos. But like it's just not enough because he had no anti-cav there, and he's still look at his unit queue. It's just pure Volcano he's just making against cavalry units. So it's just kind of like he's sort of not unsure what unit to make. Like he should really go heavy on rifles against Mexico, right? Like rifles and dogs. Like that would be really, really good for him. But
now he's kind of getting pressured on some of the extraneous resources, and there's a lot of villagers down there as well. More reinforcing cav and pikes moving forward for some siege. Skirm's DPSing in the back line. He's shipping 4 rifle riders now and trying to queue axes, but look at his macro. It's going to be very intensive on food, but he has a lot of coin stacked, so he's not going to get that many out. He's also not making villagers. 15 are idled currently. 24 in total. Can we take a look over at Dennis's villager count as those 2 axes pop out? So 36 villagers for Dennis. He also has steel
24.
traps.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like Dennis once again has been out-comping Lucas. He's been making the right units, the exact right amount of each unit type that he needs. And Lucas is just completely misread, like, what units he should be making here. Because obviously, heavy on rifles would be really, really good here. Because it counters 2 of his Mexico units, and the Mexico skirms aren't that good. So
and look at how many insurgents we now see, or insurgente. Apologies to my Hispanic friends. He's not gonna have anywhere to kite into really, and the Chinakos are snaring again. And don't forget they have multipliers versus all cavalry, so and the rifles are getting snared by some of the pikes now as well.
Ouch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this could be a huge problem. Like these expensive units for Lucas, and he's making axe riders into mostly pike. It's just, I don't know. It's just if this was more rifle rider, it could be holdable. Like imagine if it was like with the coin that he had, it could be like 3 or 4 rifles. He cleans this, but he's just making axe rider again, and I'm not really sure why. It's like he can TC fire any skirms that show up, you know? Like, it's only going to be a batch of 5, but, like, in terms of pike and cav, it's going to be 10 or 5, so it's going to be quite difficult to hold this. Especially
going for the villager punch now. He's trying desperately to keep this war hut alive.
It's going down, and now he's only got a stable, which in theory should be telling him to make rifles, but he's just not. I don't know. Should really just make some rifle rider, but I don't know why he's not.
Yeah, 5 axes being shipped and just immediately getting caught out.
Yeah, I mean, he sort of cleans, but this is a good trade for Dennis because he knows there's like no other units coming. He's shipping Navajo. That's funny.
Yeah, and those just absolutely eviscerate villagers as well. So like going into stealth and kind of just continuously keeping the villagers on their toes can be really nice because that's like the coin mine that he's going to now on the side. So a lot of idle vills here.
Yeah, and he's running out of safe hunt too. Dude, look how much coin he has too. Like he could, instead of trading those axe, imagine he was getting big batches of rifles or something. Like, he used all this food on Axe Rider when he could have just trained big batches of Rifle Rider, which counters most of Dennis's army. Like, I don't know, it's just really poor unit choices from him, and he's paying the price for it completely. Like, he's really struggling here to sort of stabilize here. Meanwhile, Dennis is here with 43 Vil, the entire map, can sort of throw these units away and not give a shit, and just sort of be completely fine. And then now he's reinforcing with Navajo. He's got skirms coming. And yeah, these Navajo are very quick. They're 5 speeds, so they're going to get into the fight quickly and just one-shot these, well, maybe two-shot these rifles. So, what's their damage, the Navajo? Oh, only 11. Wow, okay. Just high multipliers against stuff. Okay. So they're quick, but they're low damage.
They're basically just Vil killers, to be honest. They kind of like are like the Klamoth, where they're just quote air quotes big air quotes skirms. I mean, I guess against heavy infantry in H2 early on, they're not bad, but now he's just gonna right click the TC, more pikes, 10 pikes in queue, Chinako's in queue, Eco's rolling, he's out on the map, not getting raided by Lakota. Dealt with most of the power spike shipments in H3 as well, so you know, I think he's just having fun right now.
Yeah, when Mexico can just right-click a Lakota TC when he's H2 versus H3.
Feels good.
You're like, yeah, baby. I'm channeling my inner Luke Tom right now, so yeah, feeling pretty good. So like these rifles are just doing their best to try and whittle away these pikes, but like he can obviously retrain the pikes super easily, and you can't retrain the rifle, so he's just going to flood the base with pike, cav, and some skirms. So yeah, that's game over.
GG's the Mexico H2. And at Lionheart, who says Mexico H2 is bad against Easy for the War Chief Civ? He just showed us unit shipment, soldado, piki, Chinaco into GG's there.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Perfect summary. Absolute cinema.
Summed up this game absolutely perfectly.
So with that, now the series is going to be 3-2. All right.
So what? There's 2 more. What's the game after this? Cascade.
Yes, Ron. It's going to be Cascade Range, and we're going to be seeing LukasL playing as the French on the Nootka map, and Dennis is going to be queuing up as Russia. So this will be a really fun one to watch. I love watching the Nootka on this map. I think it's just peak AoE.
It's French against Russia. So this is going to be quite tricky because like Dennis, if he goes forward blockhouse, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. So I wonder if it's going to go down that way. Yeah.
10 Nootka, 3 Huss. What do you do as 23 Strelets exit the blockhouse?
Yeah, the nuke could probably kill half the Strel because they're so tanky. So yeah, I think it's the fact that you can train them and batch the 10. It's just so quick. That it's just crazy, actually. So we'll have to see if Dennis goes forward or not, basically.
All right, let's get you guys into game number 6.
Yeah, this is literally match point for SKG. That's kind of scary, actually. So Lucas needs to win the next 2 games to bring it home for Biggs, which is quite a lot of pressure on him, actually. So we'll see how well he handles it. Judging by his Civ pick, it seems like he's actually got a well thought out build. So we'll have to see how well he executes it. Meanwhile, we've got Dennis in the south, the map playing as the Ruskies. And he's just going to open house. He should open market as well on this map. Just build it even like... Yeah, okay, he is. Okay, good. Because you get the coin treasures, you can get 40 wood, which he's getting now. Yep. So all he needs is 10 wood and another coin treasure, and he's got hunting dogs. So and actually unlucky. He's got 240 foods. So he might find this 25 coin. So we'll have to see. Yeah, he does.
There it is.
Okay. So he's just going to gather 10 wood now, I assume, and then just go for hunting dogs. Yep, there you go. 1 vill on wood. And that's the easiest hunting dogs ever. So very nice start from him. Unfortunately, he's not going to go back to the 240 foods because 80 food on top of this could be absolutely insane. So yeah, it looks like he's not going to go anywhere where there's treasures. Meanwhile, Lucas has also got a native scout, so he's going to cover a lot more ground. And he has found these 280 foods, which is huge. Actually, he's beelining straight towards them. So he's just going to crack one and then fight the other and just get 280 foods. So that's going to be really nice for him.
Definitely. The ability to get a 13 instead of a 14, always very nice. It still may be idled, but, better than nothing. Cutting out CDBs is the way. It is the way in Age 1 these days. So
Yeah.
we take a look at France's deck real quick.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. You're in eine Woche. Does that mean Nats in a German? Or whatever he speaks, I don't know, but whatever Lucas.
Yeah, he's German.
Okay.
We're just going to assume it's Nats, just a long word for Nats. Germans like to have long words for small words, so let's just assume it's Nats. And I think he is going 30. Sorry, Baron, do you mind going back to France? He is going 13, and he's going to get gang saw, and it looks like he's going to gather for steel traps. I wish he went for the Nat TPs first, just gather the wood rather than the coin. He just wants to get those before they're denied by, like, I don't know, a blockhouse being placed on them or an explorer camping them or whatever. So I hope he just goes to chop initially first. He's going for the nuker first, which is good because you obviously want to get those out quickly. And you can train them in batch to 10, which is, I think, is a fairly, well, obviously we haven't had a patch in a while, but I think it's a fairly new change. Because I didn't know it was a thing until recently, so I guess, I don't know. I didn't think it was always a thing, but anyway, it looks like he's got enough coin for steel traps, and he's also pre-built the Klamath as well, so he's got the native... Oh, he's gone for the other Nat TP, the one on the right, the one closer to the Russian base. And it looks like Dennis is trying to deny the ones closer to the French base, but he's gone forward. Oh,
three vills forward too. That's
no,
he could be caught in an awkward position. Yeah,
he's gonna have to send another 4 vills and build 3 blockhouse FB or something because he's gonna get nuked.
Yeah, Lucas is in Age 2. Can we see what his first plan of action is gonna be? 4 CDBs. Okay.
I thought the build was to ship native treaties first, but I guess 4 vil into native treaties could be okay too. So I think he's waiting for 10 is that TP on the right built yet? The Nutka one, sorry. No, not even yet. This is really delayed. Actually, he should be building it with his explorer. So yeah, I guess he just wanted. He was still building the TP, so like native treaties wouldn't come in time. Or he should do, actually.
Yeah, had he... I think it was a huge mistake not to build the TP with his Explorer, because look at his macro. He could have easily just, pumped out, like, 5 or 6 early Nutkas, yeah.
This blockhouse could be, like, almost down already. Like...
Let's take a look at Russia and see what he's shipping right now. He might be shipping units, or let's see. So he's going 700 wood right now. Okay.
700 wood first? No fucking way. Native treaties next? Yeah.
They're looking ominously at the food, and that's 3 Russian villagers very far away from the blockhouse. They're gonna go down.
And does Dennis he sees it so late, he's gonna lose probably all 3. Might be able to save the 3rd.
Oh, okay, little Jim. No. Oh, wait, what? What? Where are you going, sir? Sir?
I think he just wants to combine all his units, like the native treaties plus the 8 nuke. He doesn't want to get caught out by 5
Fair
5
enough.
Cossack 10 Strel, which makes sense, right? Look at the time. Like, he could easily have 10 Strelets out by now. Is that one? Of course, the other 2 Vils died, so it's 1 Vil building the blockhouse. I don't think that's going to go up. Yeah. But if
He's got a
Lucas
shipment
is
here.
right
He's shipping
with-
600 wood next?
No! Bro.
My brother in Christ.
You have incredibly large testicles to do this.
I want to meet his tailor to see how he fits his balls in his pants, because that is an insane shipment, because there's a lot of Nupas on the way, and this one villager ain't going to be building fast enough. Some Kalamoth here as well.
I want to see him run with his giant boulders dragging along behind him. Like, fucking hell, 600 wood? Like, what the hell's going on? Okay,
it looks like he canceled. Yeah, he canceled for 13 Strelets.
Yeah, okay. But, like, it's too late. Like, this blockhouse is just going to go down, right? Let's check the HP on the blockhouse. How fast is it going down?
Cooked. So cooked.
Yeah, chat, are we cooked? But, like, he's going to have to rebuild his base and just sack these Strel, so... Yeah, this is looking quite bad for Russia.
Question, can we take a look at the stats of the Klamath and compare them to the Strelet? I'm genuinely curious. So we've got 135 HP, okay, and 10 attack. It's 16 range. So yeah, they're literally just better than Strelets. Nice. All right, so...
Well, the Klamath is actually quite bad if you check their cost. They can chop wood, though.
Yeah, they can chop wood, yep.
So, like, they're 130 res, and Strelets are, like, 4...
Wait, that's so pog. That's so game changing. Just less than half a vil on wood.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible.
Hey, gathering is gathering, and he'll take anything he can get at this point, right? Gonna take the second TP down over there on that side as well.
The trouble is, you see that you got like 17 vils on wood, and you're like, oh, this is great macro distribution. I'm gonna have like loads of like equal food and wood count, and then you realize, oh, it's the Klamaths, and they just gather fuck all wood. So it's like, oh, I've got 1k food. You saw this in the mini malt game where he had 1k food because he just didn't know like the gather rates and the cost and stuff like that, or just wasn't used to it rather, because it's not a build you do often, right? How often do you play French on Cascade Range?
Often do you make Nutkas?
Yeah, and Klamath. So it's just weird macro, I guess, and people are just not used to it. Lucas going for the next Nuka nap TP, so it looks like he's going to try and get for the full 30. Is it 30? I think it's 15 per TP, so I think he's going to go and try and get all 30 of them.
It's a lot of club boys there.
Do we have a dot from blue on the bottom left side?
We
do.
That's cheeky. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, he has to try something to get back into this game, right? He just lost 2 Vils, 2 blockhouses, and 10 Strelets for free, so not a good opening from Russia.
I didn't know this. Horsefeed in the chat enlightening us. Klamath can also gather from berry bushes.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
I don't know how fast they gather from berry bushes, though. Might be the same as the
absolutely do. Yeah, but either way, that's kind of cool.
Yes, I didn't. So they can pick up treasures, slowly gather natural res, accept mines and huntable roundup. So it's literally berries and wood. That's it, right? Yeah.
We do see some husk being added in with more of the natives, and that is a large mass of Strelets coming forward, but only like 10 Ruskets there? Oh, this could be scary.
He might be okay. Like, I mean, this is 50 Russian infantry, but he still can't one-shot a husk, which is kind of incredible.
He is taking him into double blockhouse though, so he might. Oh, Minutemen being called now. They're coming out with double blockhouse fire. Nukas are trying to get past the Ruskets. Ruskets going into melee. 5 more Ruskets popping out from the right blockhouse there. He's kiting pretty nicely with these Strelets.
These Nutka have been like double carded though, so they're basically like better than veteran Nutka at this point. And the Strelets just takes so fucking long to kill them because it's just like they have 250 HP, which is actually insane for a pike unit, right? That costs like 100 res. That's just insane to me. And he's sending another native upgrade, which is going to give it another 20%. And it's just like,
Yeah, another 40 HP. That's gonna be huge there.
it's just gonna be, yeah, it's just so much HP. So even though he had the counter composition with pure Strela, it's just not enough. And then when you add
Yeah.
Hussar into the mix, it's gonna be even more troublesome. Yeah, and that's just game over. Just like Dennis not really practicing this matchup whatsoever, and Lucas just winning with triple carded natives. So yeah,
Well, you know what
was
that
just-
means, Azza.
It is.
It's 3-all.
It
It's
is
3-all,
literally come
baby.
down to the last game.
The last game for the EPL finals, all coming down to Big Lucas and Dennis. Oh boy, this is gonna be an exciting one. And
It's all scripted.
Yeah, no, it's part of the script. Josh coming up with the EPL script writing this season, absolutely cooking. But yeah, we do have the last matchup here, and it's going to be Dennis playing as the United States versus Lucas playing as Sweden.
This is crazy. So all these 4 weeks have come down to this single game between the seed fives. That's crazy. And it's gonna be a Lucas versus USA. It's gonna be a Sweden versus USA on the map Finland, which is a very weird civ picks for both players, really. I mean, Sweden kind of makes sense, but like I've never seen Lucas play it. And then you got Dennis playing USA, which doesn't benefit from the wood gathering treasure at all. So I'm not sure what the plan is here for either player. Lucas is obviously going to chop a lot of wood and build some torps.
Yeah.
But that's all I know. I can't tell you anymore.
All right. So with that, everybody, hope you guys are excited. This is the last match in the final. Winner will be taking home $700 for their team. And in the North, we've got Dennis in the color blue playing as the United States here. He's chopping some wood, putting down a forward trading post in the middle. And his opponent today, LukasL, in the color yellow. And I must say, those are quite fantastic torps. Those are definitely going to be touching some of the trees there. Very happy torps. Love to see it. Herds going towards the torps as well, so that they'll be eating more food. So look at the gather rates there. Very nice. So it looks like he knows what he's doing so far, and he's not idled as well, which is not always the easiest thing with Sweden in the beginning. So nice job.
Yeah, honestly, like when you're a Sweden player and you see this, like the most efficient torps known to man, you're like, oh, this is absolutely glorious.
Oh, that one's actually not touching a tree. Sad torp noises,
not quite.
but
Sad torp noises. But yeah, the other one's touching 2, right? So it's getting 0.1 per second, which is not too bad at all. So
yeah,
it's really, really
Let's
nice.
take a look at the decks here real quick. So Sweden, blue Ha. So blue Haka pellets. Yeah. So Haka's for sure. Range cavalry, combat, Finn, horses, trample tactics. So yeah.
So the blue is in reference to GUA because he always called his C decks just blue, main blue or main G. So I do like that little adaptation. And Dennis does not have any C cards whatsoever, and it looks like he's going for the eco version of the Chinese immigrants rather than the 1010, which I like actually. The 1010's a bit all in, and if you hold it with leather and caro, it's kind of Sweden's game to lose. But in this scenario, it's actually quite hard. I think it's in general quite a hard matchup for Sweden. Just because
they have 22 range sharpshooters that can just obliterate your infantry.
Well, yeah, in a way
that might be a reason.
Yeah, and also like the carbine cavalry, when you don't have a skirmisher unit, can be a bit of a problem. Yes, just Sweden has problems with composition in this matchup. So it's whether Lucas is going to go for the Hackapelli Jaeger composition, or if he's going to go for like Muskfalk and win artillery war, and go from there. Or he's just going to do something really random and go like bow, pike, leather, and H2 or something. But we'll have to see.
So yeah, he's on 13 villagers here. Capitalism has come in I assume he's going to
Yeah.
age up with Pennsylvania. That's the meta these days, of course. And
too
he
good to
is.
not age
Yeah,
him.
it's so good. You get the double church and the trickles. We do see the governor age up, so not the naturalist. So going to probably try and put the forward tower down somewhere.
Has he got the church card in deck? Yeah, and he's perfectly gathered for the church, right? 150 wood. So it looks, and he's just got hunting dogs. So this indicates to me he's gonna go for the halbs.
Could this game come down to like a how timing push? That could be very intense. We'll have to see how that one plays out. So that isn't something we'll keep an eye out for. Let's see. He is sending some vills to the. It's hard to tell with the yellow dots. Fucking yellow. I think he's sending vills out to Torps somewhere. I don't know. On the right, maybe. That is Vill. Okay, I'm not blind. I'm not that blind.
Oh, it is a Vill. Okay, I am blind.
And he is sending the church card.
Yeah, and he's placing the church instantly, and I'm wondering where this tower is going to go. This is. I don't know if this is good versus USA. Like, I think he's probably going to use the halbs to kill the TPs, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this, right?
No.
I mean, because one, with Pennsylvania, they can obviously access the skirmishers instead of levying for the Chinese immigrants. They can get the. Oh, and I don't like that either. Why are you showing him that your tower's going next to the flag there? That feels like
he should have taken
a huge
the flag
mistake. Yeah, that feels like a huge mistake because now you can see that and just be like, all right, well, we know what's there. So that's a bit of a mistake.
He's probably checked the deck right as well, so he's probably expecting the halbs.
Yeah, and with the coin trickles as well, like you can make units from the saloon that can probably counter, like the gunslingers would do nicely. Maybe even owl hoots, like
Cowboys,
so I feel like
anything.
there's so many options for them to just kind of deal with any damage. He is using the levy though on the other trading post.
I was about to say he's smartly saving
but look at the yellow TP. A lot of units just popped out, and it is the halberdiers.
What's he following it with? Dominions?
Okay, so the halbs are going forward here.
This is so Lucas play, right? Just beeline for your opponent with whatever units you have.
And I mean, look at the siege. That house is going to go down in like 2 volleys, basically.
Yeah, thing is, he's also housed himself because he's shipped these, so it's like he's desperately trying to gather wood for the torp.
He also did get the speed upgrade from the church, as we noticed on the halberdiers there. State militia being shipped, and he's also trying to queue the skirmishers, but will the skirmisher tech come in time? And he hasn't even gotten the Pennsylvania pound, and the church goes down. He didn't get the techs. That's humongous.
This is actually huge damage. He's forcing state militia. He's denied the coin trickle. He's killed a house, and he's probably.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he should run. Like, it's not worth killing the saloon here. But, like, and they're fast. Hang on, the state militia, what, same speed? No, they got nerfed,
they're slower,
right?
And with the push of Pike. So, yeah, they're going to be able to escape their excellent damage, only losing a couple halbs to TC fire. And he's huge. Yeah, and he got torps behind this. This is a great start so far. The coin trickle denied, and if he wants to get that back, he's going to have to put up another church. Meanwhile, all while this was going on, Lucas split a couple of halbs to take down this southern main TP line. Very nice little play that.
You and your cheese, man. I'm not some noob. Lucas just cheesing his opponent right now. One TP down, gonna kill another one. I don't think he'll still go for the Highland. He's shipping leathers?
Okay, so interesting. He really might just be going for it, sensing that there might be some blood in the water. Going for steel traps behind this.
I don't like it.
I think he should go into torps and then just be satisfied with some of the damage he's done, knowing that the TP line has gone down. He forced an H2 state militia shipment. He denied the church for a little bit. Oh, sad torp noises. Sad torp noises.
Even gathering the left one? No. Oh my god.
Even sadder torp noises. Even sadder torp noises.
Dude, what am I looking at? People are saying rare Lucas W in the chat, and then they see that and they're like, oh, okay, never mind. Oh dear. I don't like this leathers, though.
Yeah, I mean, it will potentially push back the state militia, right? Like, or it kind of guarantees that, like, unless he comes up with a lot of ranged infantry, or like, he won't be able to kind of stop Lucas from sieging the TP. So, oh, and he's adding a dock as well before going into max torps. Interesting. That's very interesting. What do you think of that?
This is so random. Like the leather cannons being shipped, even though like there's no real threat. I mean, there's obviously Highlanders, but like you can just sack the tower and then ship leather. You can boom a bit more before you need to ship the leathers, right? These leathers seem a bit wasted.
Yeah, they didn't really provide any tempo spike.
Like the leathers are usually generally used as like a reaction. Like you don't use it to be aggressive, right? You use it to be defensive. And they're kind of not getting any value here. And he could have shipped like ironworks, 700 wood, something like that. Like he shipped church card, then 4 torps, then leathers, and now he just shipped wood. So he could have just skipped the leathers and just shipped straight wood and be booming much harder. And then it could be way more scary.
Going to ironworks or something. Yeah.
He's getting the torp wagons rather than just building them like a normal player. So he's just shipped 4 torps again. And I guess he's going to put them on this forward mine near his army. Well, some of them at least.
We do see some vills at the very north of the mine as well, torping some of the gold mines on Dennis's side, which is really nice. And that is bad, unfortunate. I don't know what that is.
Is that just
State militia are pushing forward here with the carbine cavalry.
Okay,
the leathers are kind of poking. Yeah, they're poking and holding off. Royal Arcs as well in the mix to kind of give him some ranged infantry presence.
I hope he ships coin and ages here. He has to.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
He needs to spend this wood, bro. He needs to spend this wood. Like this could be like 5 torps, you know? Like,
yeah.
He's on 80 torp pop, and I don't really know why. Like you can literally build 5 torps on like each mine.
Yeah, especially since they're all gold mines.
Yeah. This just seems really odd, like his play. I don't know. I'm so confused. Is that torp wagon still stuck? I'm so confused. Is that really stuck? I'm sure you can move that out.
Who knows?
Does he just forget about it?
He's got to hit the idle villager button real quick and just see that there's a torp sitting there.
But it doesn't make sense.
Even getting the upgrade for Golden Liberty, so 5% hit points on your units. Interesting.
Is it the 5% hit? I thought it was the 5%.
Is that the coin cost? Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
The 5% discount. Okay.
Which kind of makes sense, but like none of his units cost coin, right? The arquebusiers cost wood. Is that right?
You know what he might use that for? He might use that as a pivot transition into Age 3 to get cheaper Hessian Jaegers or whatever they're called. The Church Jaegers. Yeah, Savalax Jaegers. Yeah.
He does have church cards shipped already, and he did wood stack wood, so actually he could have the Jaegers ready to go. He's getting log flume even. What the fuck?
Yeah, so he's definitely going to try, I think, go into Jaegers.
I kind of actually really, really like this. Like you can go like Howl plus Jaeger and ship 2 Falk, and you can hold anything USA.
It's moving! Okay. It's moving! No!
Why is he building it?
No! What are you doing? No! Oh yeah. So it was just completely stuck. Apparently, yeah. That's a rip.
You're right.
What a game DE is. What a game. Torp wagon getting stuck in a torp.
Bro, why is he going Jaeger? Like, I just ship Falcon, get the church card Jaegers. No. Yeah, I guess he does want both.
Turn these Jaegers into
to deal with the Gatlings. No.
Yeah, let's take a look at USA's perspective as he's marching in. So he's getting the TP lines back. He has a decent mass. That's a lot of state militia. I don't know how many sharpshooters are in there, but no Russian blockhouse buff to the economy quite yet. He's just going to be slow pushing into some of these torps here to try and slow down the eco. But yeah, Lucas up 3K score so far. He doesn't have ironworks though.
Cool build out of Lucas, but it's just really weird. I don't know. I mean, this is quite a scary skirmisher ball, right?
Yeah, that is a lot.
Shitty arquebusiers are kind of beefing up his skirm count. He just needs to make sure he doesn't die to Gatling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be
now transitioning into Haka pellets.
He's making hacker pellets, but like he needs to ship Falcons, but he has no shipment, right? He has no TP. He has a church at least. He's building a foundry now. And he's gathering a lot of coin for even just a singular cove. Lucas feels far ahead here.
Yeah, he did so much damage. Taking down the church, a house, taking down
Delaying Pennsylvania.
Yeah, just
Pound,
exactly. Yeah, that was so
48 state
big.
militia.
Mm-hmm.
Colvin Q training hacker pellet. Also, sea booming is he's only on Wales, which is really smart. So it's you can't scout it by clicking on the fish.
That is really intelligent. Yeah.
So I think he probably got that idea from Opti, because I saw Opti do that first. But it's very smart because now Dennis can't really see if he's on water or not.
Truth be told, it doesn't really matter because he doesn't have water cards in deck, and like his eco's kind of already stalled behind. So him investing into like water play will probably not be that great. We do see the Halb sieging some of the trading posts down there. Don't forget with the Chinese immigrants, extra 1,000 HP on the TP line.
I don't like this because he's just sacking his Halbs.
Yeah, that was his anti-cav, right? And like, what if we do see Huss in the queue here? He is transitioning into Haka Pellets, which is nice, but he's got to get that mass up. And like Magyars could come in and be very scary here. Oh, and looks like there's a Gatling forward here.
No, you've got a cove. You've got a cove. Why are we diving? Bro, why are we deleting our hackers and skirms when we have a cove? No. He's shipping Falcons now. I like that. These Halbs, I don't know. It's like speedy Halbs are really useful to like sort of zone away goons in the big fight. So I'm not sure why he sort of sent them off to get deleted. Are they? I know they're still
chasing at the top. Yeah,
they're still running around up top. The Halbs. I'm trying to see if they're just going to burn houses, but they're just going to get picked off by the carbines. So, yeah, I'm not sure why we're deleting our Halbs there, but we have got enough hackers to not die to cav at least. Ish. Need a few more, but 10 is decent.
Can we take a look over at Dennis's perspective real quick? What's he got? So it looks like he's going for a nice Huss switch here, and
he's got Ulans too.
Oh boy, this could be really scary.
Don't tell me he's just deleted the Halbs and now he's fucked.
I think he deleted the Halbs and is fucked. He sees what he has to with the balloon.
Lucas, please get out of there.
Oh my goodness.
God,
oh boy. Oh boy.
No.
Ulan's crashing in with the SARS onto the Falconets and skirmishers. The Haka Pellets are trying to move backwards. The Culverin gets a shot off onto the Gatling gun. Gatling moving backwards now, but the Ulans are still moving forward, and a lot of the skirms are going down. Veteran sharpshooters moving forward. Savalex Jaegers trying to do their best to micro onto the skirmishers, but all the Haka Pellets are down, and there's so much heavy cav remaining here. Minutemen being called. Is this going to be it?
Once again, Dennis just out-comping him. Like, he's just tech switching to Hassan, knowing that the Albs are away, and the Haka Pellet mass was a bit slow to get going, so he's just cleaning up all the skirmishes. He's behind in score still somehow. I don't really know how. I guess the church tech inflates your score. But like, look at the reinforcements from Dennis. He's got 5 skirm, he's got 2 goons in Q2 Hussar, Blockhouse coming, and then Lucas has only got 5 Haka Pellets, and it's just, well,
okay,
how to deal with the sharpshooter now. Dude, 80 wood, 70 coin for that skirmisher? That's crazy. Because of the tech, right? The 5% coin cheaper tech.
Right, yeah, that's so coin. Cheeky.
That's crazy.
With 263 HP, but I mean, at this point, it's not going to be
so cheap.
He's trying his hardest to kite.
I can see why you pick Sweden on this map now, but it's just, I don't know. He just deleted his only anti-cav, and I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, it's now the artillery has free reign to come in. The Culverins are dead. Blockhouse is coming forward to establish dominant map control in the middle of the map, also buffing his food gathering rate.
Yeah, just securing the last herds of the map. And then how does Lucas come back from here?
Scores are creeping away towards Dennis's favor. Last couple of Huss also raiding in the back, and the last few Jaegers are going down. This is looking really, really tight here. Really
Yeah.
rough situation for Lucas.
What would you even ship here? What do we have left in the Swedish shipment pool? 5 Huss, like that's it. 5 Hussar. There's nothing else that's somewhat useful. But it's just like it's not gonna be enough. I can't believe it came down to just deleting Hal. This was such a clean game from him at the early game. Like
Yeah,
minus
it was
like the
such a
torp.
good start. Such a
Yeah.
good start.
Like minus the whole torp situation on the mines and shit. It was such a good start. But unfortunately he just sort of blundered with his composition and deleting the Halbs in the corner of the map. But now it's just sort of looking a bit dire. 5 Huss coming, a batch of Jaegers coming. But it's just not enough. Like the Huss are going to die instantly. The Jaegers are just outclassed and outmassed. And
Yeah, sharpshooters with 40% range resistance as well, and their extra range, just very solid skirms against another 40% range resist unit. Yeah.
And Lucas is sort of like probably contemplating life at this point. Kind of sad.
Oh boy.
But...
Yeah, more vills going down, idled villagers.
I'm honestly sad. Like this was like a throw, right? Like
GG's.
I mean, GG's. Well played, SKG. They're winners of the EPL. Very well done. I think Bigs were sort of the favourites to win, so the fact that SKG managed to pull it out of the woodwork is quite impressive, actually.
Everyone, let's get some big Sues in the chat.
Some huge
Dennis bringing it home. Great series, that one. Very tight all the way through. 4-3. And SKG. Somali Kabuli Gaming coming in POG.
Yeah,
big shout out to Biggs as well, though. Yeah, literally, considering that there were 20 something games and it came down to 1, that says it all. So tight throughout.
Honestly, this was one of the best series in the tournament. I think these two are very well matched. And I think they're very entertaining, like very back and forth, like the India Aztec one.
That was a good game, yeah.
I can't even remember the rest of the games of the series now. It's been so long.
I mean, we are looking at the flags if you would like to see. So we had France,
Japan.
Yes,
I can just look at ESOC
the French Japan game was cool. I liked that with the Yabusame Yumi kind of start with the Mountain Warrior. The India Aztec game, switching out of when both players ran out of coin, just switching to Mahouts and just having 10 Mahouts.
The India Aztec and that last one was quite insane, actually. Like, those were really good. And then the French one was quite cool to see. And then, like, the Ethiopia one was a little bit sad because Lucas was caught out. But then, like, the Jap-French was kind of interesting because it was, like, some Hail Mary plays from Dennis that just didn't work out. And then, there was Mexico Dakota that I've never seen Mexico win
was a
that
banging
matchup
game
ever in my life.
Yeah, exactly. That was a banging game too, and I was really upset we didn't get to see China Hausa because I feel like Hausa just super hard counters China, and the fact that Lucas won that one would have been really cool.
Because that seems very hard to China. Yeah, I had to agree.
Right. I don't want to keep Big Baron on much longer. He's been putting in a 36-hour shift and a 24-hour day. Let's give it up for him. Absolute champion coming in and saving the production. Big shout out to you. Shout out to the rest of the ESOC team as well. I know a lot of you guys, whether you're moderating in chat or contributing to the casts or productions. Big shout out. More to come. And has any last words?
Just thank you so much, Baron. You're my idol.
Thanks for the cast. Really great series today. I'm really glad the finals were so close. And 8-hour shift, classic scam sock moments. I've been here since 7 a.m. My time. It's 3 p.m. now.
Go enjoy your day. You've earned it.
It's fine. Gonna go out for a nice dinner today.
Sweet. Well done.
All right. So that's it for this season. I mean, thank you all for showing up. Thank you, Haza and Mahompa for the cast for our great final. I think we'll be announcing the next tournaments pretty soon. And I think we'll take a little bit of a longer break, but Hazza, you better sign up for this one or we'll be finding you.
Just come around my house and club my kneecaps so I can't go anywhere.
You're gonna have to stay
There's
home.
my shout out. Shout out Prince as well. Shout out Prince. You know.
It was epic
He's-
coaching.
Epic. Yeah, congratulations to Prince for... I think this was a little bit of a surprise to everyone for the bigs. Sorry
Yeah,
for
I
SKG
think-
to take the W, yeah, but congratulations.
I think Biggs was the clear favourite, but the fact that
Yeah.
SKG managed to pull it out of the woodwork was very nicely done.
Yeah.
I think they played really well. They played much better in the playoffs than they did in like week 3 or 2 whenever they faced off. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah, they lost to to Biggs. I think it was
Yeah, they
11
did.
to 14.
Yeah. So it was really well done. Players like Tabern and Kevin really stepped up. So
1900 duck coins.
1900 duck coins are very well spent.
Prince, we already gave our shout out to Somali Kabuli Gaming. Don't worry, but I will do it again for you since you missed the first one. Shout out
Prince, you missed it,
Somali Kabuli Gaming, top tier in the EPL, top tier.
SKG number 1, baby.
$700. Josh will be depositing that in your bank accounts. I assume in the near future. So, anyways,
Just Prince alone. None of the rest of the team. Just Prince's bank account directly. He can dish it out however he chooses.
Hey guys, let's wrap it up so we don't get the stats that fucked up and have Josh yell at me again for fucking up earlier. So let's, love you guys all. Thanks again as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next